like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillar. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead, hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've seen other people do it well, but what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this, and it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content out. Share it through your social media, share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, today we are going to talk a little bit about why men cheat and why women cheat. Yep, y'all. That's what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to talk about why men cheat and why women cheat. So should be a great show, maybe even a barn burner, okay? But that's what I kind of expected over here at the Roger Report Live. We get into the nitty gritty, okay? We get into the nitty gritty over here. All right, but before we go too far into this, let me take a quick moment out to say, look, I appreciate everyone, y'all. Everyone who gives me views on the channel, all my consistent watchers, you know, great. I mean, shout out to the people who just came to check something out and didn't really stay. You know, if they couldn't do it at the moment, I understand. But yeah, if you listen to this channel, of course, you usually stay. But shout out to everybody who gives me consistent views. It does help. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who hits that like button. Y'all know that like button is a very important thing. It helps the algorithm. So make sure you keep on doing that. Also, make sure you hype me up, man. Make sure you hype me up. Thank you to all the people who do that. You know, you got to get hyped here and there. You got to get hyped. And shout out to all the people who go that extra mile. Well, even before that, the people who leave comments on the streams, y'all, appreciate that big time. Appreciate that big time. Thank you very much for doing that. And, you know, the people who go the extra mile to be financial contributors of the channel, I appreciate each and every one of you And that's real talk, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you who become financial contributors of the channel. All right. So shout out to the people who do that. Okay. Shout out to the people. And I want to give a special shout out to at Trey Vision, because he is what we like to call the sponsor of today's stream. So shout out to at Trey Vision. He is the sponsor of today's stream. Yeah, I ain't got no big deals, y'all, from companies, but I got a bigger deal because I got the actual audience that sponsors the Roger Report Live. So shout out to at Trey Vision. Appreciate you big time. Appreciate you big time. All right, folks. Now, I want to say a couple shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning. When you start a show, it's always good that you see people checking in. You know, so y'all know how it go. We got Kevin 3904, first one in the building. He is what we like to call the Highlander of today's stream. So shout out to Kevin 3904, the Highlander of today's stream. Appreciate you big time, my brother. Appreciate you big time. Thanks for pulling up a seat to the cold table. All right. Shout out to my main man right behind him, the pit master himself, y'all. The one, the only, Chef Mike's Roundtable. Shout out to Chef. Shout out to Chef. Glad to have you, brother. Glad to have you. You know, he gives his impact on the show, y'all. He puts a lot of impact on the show. So you respect that name, y'all. Respect that name. Shout out to my main man, the Righteous Teachers in the building. What's good, my brother? What's good? I see Tunnel Runner in the house. What's happening, my brother? What's happening? Floyd Thompson is in the building. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? Yay, yay. We got Trail Bentley in the house representing hashtag Long Live the Habitual Line Steppers, hashtag Negroes in the Wilderness, hashtag Dignity Over Vagina, hashtag Al Gore's Babies, and hashtag Hell Hydra. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. We got Inspired Truth Broadcast coming in right behind you. Great to see you. Great to see you. Patrick Saint is in the building. What's good? What's good? Shout out to Jay Bones. What's good, my brother? Glad to see you as always. Glad to see you as always. We got Lawrence Ross in the house. Great to see you. Boot Camp is up in here with the click, as they say. My main man, Afro Merchant, is in the building. And we got a Frank McClure. Okay, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Glad to have you in here. Glad to have you in here. All right, folks, we're going to talk a little bit about this whole thing, about why men cheat, why women cheat. Now, I put an interesting link in the description because it was an interesting link by our main man, Passport OG. Shout out to Passport OG. The literal reason why I use this this thumbnail, okay? Literal reason why I use this thumbnail. Hey, we can all play them games, Passport OG. We can all play those games, okay? Real talk. Okay, we want to do that. We can all play those games. So, hey, my applause, my brother. My applause to you, my brother. Shout out to Passport OG, y'all. Hey, now if you ain't subscribed to Passport OG, I mean, I don't know why you're not. I'm just gonna say that, you know. Shout out to Passport OG. Does a lot of great content, you know. Great man to check out. Check out his channel. Okay, so shout out to the Passport OG. All right, and y'all know I don't just endorse anything that I put as a link. I endorse what I want to endorse. So I'm endorsing Passport OG. That's simple. Okay, so shout out to that brother. Shout out to that brother. Now, y'all, let's get into this a little bit, y'all. Why men cheat? Why women cheat? All right. Not that I really plan to talk about these people, but you know, we got this white man, we got this white woman on the thumbnail who are, I'm gonna say, famous for cheating. Okay, now they said the white man here already has some kind of fame. Okay, I'm gonna say he famous for cheating. Because that's when I knew who he was. Okay, and that's when a lot of people found out who he was, because he was cheating with the now he's the CEO, and what is it? I think they called it the chief personal officer or chief people officer. This is the woman is the I believe she was the head of the HR department. So the CEO of a company was knocking down. Y'all, could you make this up? Like if you make this up, Joe? Could you really? You got the CEO of a company. He's knocking down the head of HR, y'all. That's just funny when you think about it, y'all. The CEO of the company is knocking down the head of HR, y'all. Okay? These are the people that tell us not to fraternize. These are the people who come up with these rules and endorse these rules about sexual harassment and making people feel uncomfortable and, don't talk to the women at the job. Don't talk to the men at the job. Don't you dare come to this company, meet somebody, and have a good relationship. Don't you dare do that. These are people who do all that stuff, y'all. Okay? These are the people who do all. They tell us, quote unquote, regular people, don't you come up in here being attracted to nobody. Don't you come up in here doing some of the most human behavior people could do. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare come here and like somebody. Okay? Don't you dare come in here and want to marry somebody. Don't you dare come to this company, make some money, have a marriage and some kids. Don't you dare do that over here. But the CEO and the head of HR, what was they doing? The people who help come up with all these rules, and even if they don't come up with themselves, they hire somebody to do it, but they endorse these rules. They're the ones that issue these rules out to the But what they doing, y'all? What they doing? They obviously met at work. I'm just saying, y'all. They obviously met at work. Okay. Now, why do I say they obviously met at work? Because it just so happened they was at the Coldplay concert. If you don't remember, I put a link in there just to remind you. And I wasn't thinking about them when I put this show together, y'all. I was just inspired by something Fast What OG said in his video. Okay. So I just kind of threw this in to laugh at them. I ain't going to even front. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the greatest person at all times. Yes, I did actually use their face to laugh at them. Okay. Forgive me. That's all I'm gonna say, y'all. Forgive me. Shout out to Trail Bentley. Rules for thee and not for we. Okay, so shout out to the CEO getting down with the get down, y'all. Shout out to the CEO getting down with the get down. And shout out to the head of HR getting down with the get down. Now, why do I believe they met at work? Because am I tripping about two random white people, having a date? Because, where we catch them at? We catch them at the Coldplay concert. And I'm saying for the masses, like some of y'all may have known who they were ahead of time. I didn't. Okay. All right. So, the masses of folk, we met them when they went to a Coldplay concert. And from what I can tell, they just had a simple date. They just had a date at the Coldplay concert. And if you're not aware, Coldplay is a big group. Okay, they famous. Okay, world famous group. All right, white folks though. White folks, if you're unaware of them, they've been around for a long time. Okay, much respected group. They had a little kissing cam thing going on at the concert. Is that something crazy? Somebody have a kissing cam at the concert? No, not really. Not really. Okay. That's nothing crazy. What's wrong with celebrating love at a Coldplay concert? Think about it. What's wrong with celebrating a little love at a Coldplay concert? Nothing. So, couple was hugged up together. They got the kissing cam on or something like that going on. Why not give us a shot of a beautiful couple, y'all? Why not get a shot of a beautiful couple enjoying the Coldplay concert where Coldplay gets to be just a small part of their life together, having this relationship experience, no guarantee they gonna marry, when you just put a quote unquote kissing cam on somebody at a concert, no guarantee. But I'm pretty sure as a music group, you want to be a small part of somebody's life together, a good memory, a nice memory. So what happened? Okay. Some cameraman with a good eye, he say, this is a nice loving couple. Let's put the camera on them. Okay. Because this is a Coldplay concert. We want people to have good vibes. We want this to be a nice experience for everybody who happens to be in the house. So some cameraman say, hey, let's get them on screen. Okay. Let's get them on screen. Y'all know how it go. You do those things. You be on the big screens, man. You be on the big screen. They make it so everybody can see you. They can't guarantee everybody gonna look, but they make it so everybody can see you. Okay. And what's going on? We got some white folks cuddled all together, canoodling together, y'all. We got some white folks canoodling in public. Okay. White folks just in public canoodling. So when you think about that, no big deal. No big deal. Okay. Now I don't know Coldplay like that. But I know like one of the group members said, he saw them react, man. He said it's one of two things. Either it's like paraphrasing. Either they having an affair or they are extremely shy. Okay. Because when they saw that the camera's on them, they started making moves, man. They started making moves. They did not want to be seen on camera. So that clearly wasn't they plan. Okay. That clearly wasn't they plan. Okay. Shout out to Kevin 3904. He said that man just got out the doghouse at home. Roger done went and threw more fuel on the fire. Hey man, I ain't tell him to cheat. That's all I'm gonna tell you, bro. If that's just so happened to be the case, I didn't tell the man to cheat. That's on him. I didn't tell him to do it. He's supposed to be a very rich guy, so he can you know what I'm saying? He can make some moves. So his wife can feel properly respected. He got some money, man. They say he rich, man. If he rich, he should be all right. Okay, you're a rich white man in America. What's the problem? He's a rich white man in America. What's the problem? I don't see the problem. That's all I'm saying. I don't see the problem. Okay, yeah, but I ain't trying to put him in the doghouse. I will say that I'm not trying to quote unquote put him in the doghouse. But if I somehow get him back in the doghouse, if his family happens to see this, hey man, that's your dad. I don't know what to tell you. Because I think he's just doing something that white people probably do on a regular basis. I mean, they kind of known for that type of behavior. I don't know if y'all aware of it, but I'm pretty sure you're highly aware of white men cheating is like a major thing. Shout out to Trail Billy. He said, even if he ain't rich, he's white in America. What's the problem? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying, Trail. What's the problem? It shouldn't be nothing going on that he can't handle as a white man in America. It shouldn't be nothing he can't handle, okay? Shout out to Kevin 3904. He says the cameraman's fault. The cameraman did a great job, if you ask me, because got to keep in mind he found this couple, and while this concert going on, that man got a good eye. I guess that's why he's behind the camera. He got himself a good eye. So shout out to that brother. That's all I can say. Shout out to him. No, he's doing a fantastic job. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. He's doing a fantastic job. Shout out to him. Okay. In this particular case, I'm gonna tell that camera guy, whoever he was, you keep up the good work. Okay. You keep up the good work. Okay. Because she caught the CEO and the head of the head of HR. Now, y'all, it's funny to me. It's funny to me, but there's a serious matter going on here. There's a serious matter, which again is why I believe they met at work. Okay, what's the serious matter? Both of them married. Okay, both of them married. Okay, both of them. Okay, both of them. Okay, they ain't getting the respectful. Both of them. Both of them married. Okay, and not to each other. And not to each other. Both of them. Oh. So he out here being a dog, as they say. and she's out here, I guess as a white man probably would say it, you're trifling whore. Yeah, he being a dog, and she's out here being a trifling whore. You trifling whore. But let's be realistic, y'all. It's just funny to me because this happened to be a white folks, okay? But I mean, it's not a technically funny situation, but you got to find joy in life, y'all. You got to find joy in life, okay? So, I don't mean to make fun of them like that, but it is funny to me. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. But see, I'm not the type of person that encourages cheating, okay? I didn't encourage cheating. I hope that's something I would never do a day in my life, y'all. I hope that's something I never do a day in my life. All right, but let me leave these white folks alone. Let me leave these white folks alone, and let's get down to business, y'all. Let's get down to business. Okay, why do men cheat? I'm gonna say from a black man's perspective, y'all. A black man's perspective. Okay, because I know why we cheat. Maybe white men got something else going on or some other things going on. Because, see, this is what a lot of people do on social media. They act like, I'm talking about the folks who covering American people. Okay, and America is going to be a little bit different than any other place in the world because countries have different rules, different expectations, different cultures. There's different things about different countries. There can be similar things, but then there's going to be some different things. Okay, and in America, when it comes to black folks and white folks, there can be some similar things, but there's some very different things about our different groups of people. So can you find some commonality? Sure. But black folks and white folks, we're going to be different about certain things. Okay. So while white men cheat, possibly some of the things that black men deal with, they might possibly deal with. Well, I'm gonna say probably they deal with some of it. It don't make sense, but they deal with some of it, obviously. But there are some different dynamics going on with black couples versus other couples. I'm gonna say other because it ain't just white people. If you look at an Indian in America or you look at a Chinese person in America, there's always gonna be some different things going on. But we got a white man. I mean, white men are known for cheating. Now, I will say this. Propaganda does do a great job to make people not really think about how white men cheat so much, but white men are the most famous cheaters out there. When you think about famous white men, you're thinking about cheaters. It may not even register in your mind, but white men, especially the rich and famous ones, you hear stories about them cheating all the time. Like it's not a secret. People act like they don't see it, but that is the conditioning of America. Because the conditioning that goes on in America, which we have referred to white supremacy, but I'm gonna actually start picking up a better term that actually displays what it is, because it's not like white people. Well, I guess technically they're trying to be superior, but everybody know they haven't done that. It's really just anti-black men, a sentiment that's going on. It's an anti-black male sentiment. Because I gotta say male, because I can't even. Because the boys ain't clear. You know what I'm saying? They hate the boys too. Real talk. You ain't got to grow up to be a black man. They hate black boys too. And that's just how this country has always gotten down. But when you just think about, white men, like, they cheat. Okay, it is what it is. Is it the collective white or white men? Probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for sure, but probably. I would say that probably. Okay. You think about somebody that you wouldn't even quote unquote expect to be a cheater. You think about somebody like a Bill Gates. It's Bill Gates a cheater? Yeah, man was cheating for years. Okay, that's what's been reported. That ain't me saying it. That's what the reports I saw. Bill Gates was cheating for years. Okay, Bill Gates finally, if my memory's correct, Bill Gates finally filed for a divorce or something, so he could, get it on with the young lady he was cheating with. Out in the open. That's that man business at the end of the day. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. Now, slavery was a thing. And while slavery was a thing in America, what did white men do to the slaves? He went and had sex with them. Were these white men married? A lot of times they were. Just is what it is. A lot of times they were. But they white men. That's how they got down. Is what it is. All right. Now, what's up with black men cheating, y'all? Because, from an overall standpoint, black men don't cheat. We let's just put that out there right now. From an overall standpoint, black men don't cheat. Can you find a black man who has cheated? Sure. I'm not going to say you can't. A little bit of effort, you can come up with a black man that has cheated. Okay. You probably have to go to a famous example because generally speaking, you don't know a black man that cheats. Okay. So like to run into an actual person or to have one of your friends who cheated, that's not really a thing in Black America. People promote it as that, but it's not a real thing in Black America because black men basically don't cheat. At least as far as anything I can tell, because how many of your friends do you know actually cheated on somebody? That's rare. It's rare. I'm not saying it don't happen at all, but it is definitely more rare as far as you can actually tell by society when you pay attention. Not just getting a propaganda message put to you. But if you pay attention, you don't really see black men that'll cheat. Okay. Now, is there a small group who will cheat? Sure. And why do black men cheat? The reason is black men have been socialized to be afraid of black women. That's something that goes on in this country. So why do black men cheat? Not the reason women cheat. They cheat for their own reasons. They scared. It's that simple at the end of the day, man. It ain't even that complicated for black men. Black men cheat because they scared. The thing is, such a psychological job has been done on him that he's scared of some woman that really can't do nothing to him. Like, he's scared. So he wants to get out of a relationship some of the time. Every time he don't necessarily want to leave, but most times black men will want to leave a relationship. And instead of leaving because he's scared of how she's going to react if he breaks up with her. And let's keep it real. Black women act real crazy when they get rejected. Black women are very violent toward black men. Okay. Not even if he's saying he want to break up, just from a general standpoint. And a lot of people don't really bring this up. But let's keep it real, y'all. Black women get real violent toward black men. All right. And they try to make things a bigger and extra issue when it comes to dealing with a black man. And they, because they are so violent, and black men don't really expect anything to happen to them because their relationship with law enforcement is very different than black men's relationship with law enforcement. If something goes wrong, he pretty much knows that the cops want to take her side. Now, there have been some adjustment made where, they try to quote unquote, we just gonna get whoever seemed like they did it. We just gonna get that person. But, if you in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you know how the game go. When the police show up, they come to get that dude. It's that simple at the end of the day. So a lot of black men have an issue breaking up because if he tell her he wants to lead a relationship, she's going to get violent with him and he's going to end up going to jail for it. You know, some black men won't even do it just because now they afraid they're going to get fired. They don't want to go to work the next day talking about, yeah, well, I couldn't make it in on time because I had to go to jail last night. Stuff like that happens, okay? And that's just real. When they get down to it, you don't want to miss no shift because you in jail. Why you in jail? Because she decided to beat me up. You know? And see, the sad part is, you know, a lot of Americans, they gonna act like this ain't a real thing. Wait a minute. You went to jail because she beat you up? Yeah, I went to jail because she beat me up. That's a very real thing amongst Black America. You know, the country always keeps a little extra bias going on against Black men. So yeah, you can break up with a woman, she can get mad, she can attack you, and then you could end up going in jail because you didn't die. And that's just how it goes. You could definitely end up going to jail because you didn't die. Now, had you died, they wouldn't have took you to jail. You know, they'd have took you to the morgue. But since you didn't die, nigga, you going to jail. That's the attitude toward Black men. You didn't die? Well, nigga, you going to jail. Okay? Now, is it that every officer thinks a Black woman is this sweet, precious thing that couldn't do no wrong? Absolutely not. It's just that she helped us get a nigga. Now, we could take her to jail, but we'd rather take you. And that's all it comes down to at the end of the day. We could take her to jail, but we'd rather take you. So they're going to appreciate that woman for getting a nigga caught up in the system. You know? And if he can't beat his case, even better for them. Because now he's tagged in the system. His name is really in that system now. So now it's just that much easier to get him for another crime later on down the road. So they're pretty much thankful to Black women. Okay? Because Black women have no problem getting a quote unquote nigga up in the system the way they want it. So she's always worked with people that are anti-Black men. Okay, she's always worked with them. Okay, as far as we can tell in history anyway. Even during segregation, she was doing stuff for them. It is what it is. I didn't make up history. I just accept the history that's there. All right? So Black men have an interesting relationship with Black women where overall, we have literally been socialized to be afraid of them. So because we have been socialized to be afraid of them, we scared to break up with them. So a man would end up cheating instead of leaving a relationship. Now, he don't want to be with that broad no more. But he's stuck in this issue of, if I tell the broad I don't want to be with her, she's going to attack me. You know, if they have kids, she'll try to keep the kids away from me. You know, depending upon how much money they have, if they married, she's gonna try to get him caught up in so many financial situations he can't live a decent life. And they do this for sport. Okay. If you ain't gonna let me treat you, if you ain't gonna let me mistreat you, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna use everything America has to offer to make sure I mistreat you from a different perspective. So you're not gonna let me mistreat you as a wife. Okay, well, I'm gonna mistreat you in a different way. I'm gonna do it even though I'm not a wife. And these are very real things that Black men consider. All right, these are very real things. You know, if you break up with a woman, you may not ever see your kids again. That's just reality. All right. Now, it's cold and it ain't fair, but it ain't much you can do about it by yourself. You got to do a whole lot to make some of this stuff change. Okay, there's a lot to do to make some of this stuff change, and that's just real talk. All right. Now, this is the thing. We have always gotten a bad rap for cheating as Black men. But the crazy part is black women love cheaters. That's the thing. And the way it's talked about and presented, you would think that black women don't like cheaters the way people present it. See, that's the job of propaganda, to make sure you get a message, even if it's true or not. Okay. And a lot of time propaganda is about not being true. Okay. And that's what they want you to think about. These black men are no good because they cheat on their women all the time. Now, is there a black man who's cheated on a woman? Yeah, absolutely. There's been. Now, this is the thing, though. Do black women like cheaters? Yeah. Now, black women don't want you to cheat on them because that's their ego. She likes cheaters, but she don't want you to cheat on her because that would hurt her ego. And as a black man, you should never have the gall, the audacity, the thought process that lowly you should cheat on a black woman, because that's the way they want you to think about yourself. You, as a low individual, as trash, as garbage under my feet, you should never have the idea that it is okay for you, because you just a nigga, to cheat on a black woman. It don't make no difference who that black woman is. Okay? It don't make no difference if she fat, she ugly, she in debt. See, the worst example, you as a nigga should never cheat on a black woman. Point blank, period. Not you. No, not your nigga self. No. Now, why do women cheat on men? Well, women have a plethora of reasons that they cheat on men. Okay? Let's just keep it real. Women have a plethora of reasons that they cheat on men. Now, a lot of people pose it as if it has something to do with the man that a black woman is cheating. Usually the reason they cheat on men ain't got nothing to do with the man they cheated on. It usually has nothing to do with that. Okay? Well, you know what? I say usually black men cheat because they're afraid. There's one other reason. Well, nah, I guess that still would fall under I'm afraid. Okay, so why do women cheat? Yeah, women cheat because it's easier for them to do so. A lot of women will cheat simply because it's easier for them to do so. They got egos and they want to have a one up on their man. And I know a lot of black men probably never thought about this, but that's what it is. They want to have a one up on you. They want to be able to say, no matter how you treat them, they got a one up on you in some kind of way. So a lot of them will cheat just to have a one up on you. And if you ever break up with her, she want to be able to say, that's why I did such and such with such and such anyway. All right. That's why a lot of them will go after me and All right. Because they want to have sex with your boyfriend. Because when they finally say that they cheated on you, they want it to sting. They want it to hurt. Okay. Men, yeah, we'll cheat because an opportunity came up and we scared to tell our woman, that this opportunity came up. But no, they like to create a situation, cheat on you, so they can simply have it in their back pocket to throw in your face as they feel necessary. Now that's cold. That's cold. Now shout out to Passport OG who put a nice little video together talking a little bit about cheating. Okay. And how black women have always tried to make black men the face of cheating, and white America has been helping them. But realistically, who cheats more? A woman gets far more opportunity to cheat. Now, you can say what you want to say about men, but the reality is women have far more opportunities to cheat. Because what do men do? They approach women. So who can cheat the most? Men who generally don't get approached, or women who get approached regularly? I mean, just off the numbers alone, it's going to be the women. Now, men have an ego, so we don't want to know that our women cheat. That's a very real thing. We don't want to believe our woman's cheating. Not on us. No, not my woman. Not my precious baby. My lover. Not my baby. Not my baby. We don't even want to believe that she out here cheating on him. We don't even want to believe it. Just is what it is. Okay? But women had men who approach them on a regular basis. You know, when a woman go outside, if she attractive, somebody gonna say something to her. It just is what it is. All right? But they always want to give you the idea that black men are out here cheating. Now, I won't say it's bad that black men cheat, not for the reason that most people probably think. It's simply bad because it's a manifestation of their fear of black women. Okay? It's a manifestation of their fear of black women. And I want black men to know and understand, accept this reality that most of us have been socialized to be afraid of black women, so we can literally get rid of it. You know, it's hard to get rid of a fear that you won't acknowledge that you have. And I'm not even saying you got to personally say it's you, even though that would help if it is you. But just acknowledge, we as black men, as a collective, we've been socialized to be afraid of black women. If we do something about that, our lives could be better. That's simple. If we do something about that, our lives can be much better. All right. Now, black women, they out here simply doing what they can. And that's all it is sometimes, just so they can. All right. Now, they do it for some odd reasons as well. Because some black women will cheat for attention. Okay. They will cheat for attention. Some black women will cheat for revenge. They would know a man has cheated on her, so she would cheat for revenge. Even sometimes they cheat for revenge, even if they unsure the man has cheated himself. Yes, y'all, believe it or not, black women have admitted to me that they will cheat because they don't know for sure if the man cheated, whoever their man is at the time. I don't know for sure that he cheated, but he could have. And they will literally cheat for that. That's crazy work if you ask me. Okay? They do things for a lot of crazy reasons. Okay? Some women, they cheat simply for a promotion at work. Okay, let's keep that real. They'll cheat for a promotion at work. Women will cheat to get a bill paid. A lot of them, especially when it comes to something like a phone bill, because they can't do without their phone. You know, go a day or two without my phone? Oh, you crazy. So would a woman cheat because she can't pay her phone bill? Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you something on that bill, which I'll give you something on this coochie then. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. So they do a lot of stuff for some different reasons. Okay, but cheating, there's a plethora of reasons why black women will cheat. Okay, now you can like it, you can love it, you can hate it. Ain't none of that gonna stop what's going on when it come down to it. Now I do have my first guest up, but before I get to him, I'm gonna do a quick little rundown, y'all. Quick little rundown. So y'all will hear me doing this from time to time. I'm gonna remind folks of the rules of the Roger Report Live. Now, technically, Chef Mike said these rules. So if y'all got a problem with it, talk to Chef. I mean, you can talk to me, but you'll probably get further with Chef. I don't know if Chef gonna carry any more. I don't know if Chef can carry any less than what I do. So I'm saying talking to me about the rules is gonna be pointless at the end of the day. But you can talk to me. If you have a problem with the rules, you can talk to me. I'm just telling you right now, I'm not gonna care, but you can talk to me. If you want to address me about the rules, say whatever you like. I care nothing about what you're gonna say. I'm just gonna keep it real. All right. But here are the rules of engagement of the Roger Report Live, which y'all may hear me doing this from time to time. Number one, no talking over the host. Hey, that would be me, y'all. I'm the host. Okay, that would be me. All right. Shout out to Chef for that one. Shout out to Chef for that one. Rule number two, Stick to the subject of the show. All right? Stick to the subject of the show. Number 3, be respectful to others as they speak. That only makes sense, y'all. It only makes sense. Number 4, everyone is afforded a 2-minute uninterrupted opening statement. Now, technically, this ain't a rule, but this was some advice he gave, but I like the advice so much that I stuck it on there. So I'm making it really a rule for real. He said, use it wisely. Yes, if you're going to come to the Roger Report Live and ever get on the panel, use your opening statement wisely. Okay? Don't jerk it off. Use it wisely. All right. Number 5, different opinions are welcome, but you must remain respectful at all times. We can have a different opinions, but we shouldn't be adversarial to each other, y'all. We should not be adversarial. And number 6, keep the cursing to a minimum. Yes, y'all, I'm trying to do some shows where people ain't got to complain. That I would love to watch the Roger Report. I would love to share this with somebody, but y'all in there cursing like sailors. I'm trying to get away from that. Okay? I'm trying to get away from that. Shout out to Chef Mike's Roundtable. He says, I'm here in the complaint department ready. So if y'all have a complaint about these rules, he right there. He right there ready to hear what y'all got to say. All right, shout out to Black Rule. I'm gonna let you get away with that. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you get away with that, Black Rule. All right, y'all. Now, what I got to do, I guess, if I'm considered a CEO, I'm gonna have to hire. I'm gonna have to hire me somebody in charge of human resources, and then put some rules out that y'all can't touch. Y'all can't fraternize. I'm gonna have to start banging her so I can be like the white man. Okay. But let me stop. My main man is here. What's the name today? Ho, your rent is still due. Is in the building. Ho, your rent is still due. Is in the building. We gonna give him the mic. Let him do what he got to do with it. Go ahead, my brother. How you doing?
I'm very well, Roger. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, my brother. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. Why do men cheat? Most men cheat because they got options. That's it. Most men, when they reach a certain point of success where they probably make more than 99% of the rest of the world, it only makes sense that they can have more access to more cheap, preferably high quality people. Makes sense. Don't nobody want to eat cornmeal every day. If a man is only have access to only one woman, it's as if he was eating cornmeal every single day. That's not reasonable. The janitor got access to one woman. A civil engineer got access to one woman. Roger got access to one woman. But let's say that I'm a super successful Kryptonian with the rod of God and choke of Satan. So you're telling me that I'm supposed to be like everybody else, only have access to one? Just one? Hmm? I make more money than 99% of the rest of the world, but I can only eat cornmeal every day. I would like to have multiple cars. I'd like to have multiple perfumes. I'd like to have multiple houses so that I can rest wherever I want and whenever I want. And you tell me that I'm supposed to only have one? Just one? Come on, man, that doesn't make sense. Why do women cheat? Women cheat because it's easy. She cheats on you because you didn't give her enough sexual attention. But the reason why you didn't give her more sexual attention is because she got fat. Instead of dragging her fat, lazy bum, we went to the gym, she did what was easier. She went out there and cheated on you with Dirty D. Rodney. Dirty D. Rodney is not going to ask her about her weight. Dirty D Rodney just needs a warm, wet hole. That's all he needs. You got standards. Like, nah, baby, you're a little too fat. You know what I mean? You're breaking the scale. Instead of her correcting that, fixing her diet, watching her calories, no, she did what was easier. She went out there and got smarted out. You know what I'm saying? A man, if he has to cheat, he gotta do a whole lot of things better than other men. He gotta dress well, he got to present himself well, he gotta make more money, he gotta have a decent car, he gotta do all that. A young hoe, if she wants to cheat, she can just go outside with her rear end unwashed and ask any random man for a smash. He will get smashed. All she gotta do is say yes. How many times as a man you got coochie just by saying yes? That only happens to a very, very, very select few of men who can have coochie by saying yes. But all these preachers, they get access to men just by saying yes. So that's easy. They do it because it's easy. And also, if she's messing with four guys, hopefully she gets four sources of income. Every every once in a while, she gets a hundred here, 100 there, from this guy, that guy. That's how she makes rent money. She gets a couple hundred here and there. That's how she pays her car note. Hopefully, she's getting paid.
You know what? Now I'm gonna say, I got respect for the theory. Don't believe it to be true,
Okay.
because there is an approach that women have to dealing with men, but there's another thing that goes on with a woman who cheats. When a woman cheats, a lot of time now, because women will promote that women cheat up. That has been promoted very, very, very well. And I'm going to say that it does happen. It's not like you can't ever find an example where a woman cheated up. But when it comes to the sisters, man, do most of them cheat up? I'm
Nope.
going to say no. What sisters do is they look for something that the guy they already with just ain't got. So they don't really need to cheat up because they're trying to fulfill something else. See, if your guy has a job, will she cheat on you with a guy without a job? Sure. She absolutely will. If a guy has a mansion, will she cheat on you with an actual pool boy? Now, I know that's a thing that goes on in white America, this little thing about the pool boy. Would a black woman actually go through something like that? Would her man have enough money to have a nice mansion or something? Got pool boys coming over to clean stuff? Got, folks coming taking care of the guard? Yeah, she will. Why? See, my man already has a mansion, so I don't need a man with a mansion. My man already got nice cars, so I don't need men with nice cars. I just need something from a man that my man don't have. And I know people may say, well, what y'all think the pool boy got that he don't have? Poverty. That's what he got that she don't got. Poverty. Now, I know that may sound crazy when you think about it, but at the end of the day, a lot of women just want something that they man ain't got. And if she got somebody who rich, she want a nigga in poverty. It is what it is. Now, am I saying every pool boy out there is in poverty? Probably not. I don't even know what pool boys make, truth be told. But the point is, you don't really need anything except something that her man ain't got. And we're men. None of us have everything. That's just the way of the world. But Kevin 3905 has come up, so I'm going to go ahead and give him the mic. You got it, my brother.
Good morning, Roger. Good morning to the Kryptonian himself.
Good
Oh
morning, brother.
man, good morning. Okay, so I got two things, two subjects I want to cover here. First of all, for the good white folk that we got up there on the screen, um, them people trying to turn back the clock on Me Too. These white folk though went out here, got rid of DEI, and they turning back the clock on Me Too, and Roger up here messing up the whole scheme. They showing you it's alright. The white man up there saying we back. Leave that man alone. That's number one. Now, to the topic itself at hand. Black men cheating and white men cheating. My perspective of black men cheat because they are not willing to tell the truth, which goes into the fear you're talking about. They're not willing to tell these women the truth. They're not willing to tell these women you're not going to be the only one. They're not willing to tell these women you're not special. You're just like all the rest of these women out here. And they're not willing to tell themselves the truth that 95% of these women are promiscuous out here anyway and just doing what they want to be doing. So that's why black men cheat, because cheating implies deception. Because if you're telling the truth, are you really cheating? That's one. Now, with the women, they cheat because they want it all. They want a guy that's going to pay the bills, make sure they got clothes on their back, make sure they driving the kind of car that they want, and make sure they got a little spending money and all this other kind of stuff. And they want the guy that has nothing that can break their back because he ain't got nothing else better to do but to serve them. They want it all. That's why they cheat. When you narrow it all down, that's what it is. They want somebody to serve. They want somebody to serve them financially, and they want somebody to break that back, man. And I land my plane now.
I'm agreeing with a lot of what you're saying right there. Which is, like I said, she can have a rich man, but she want poverty too. Why? Because she does want
Yeah.
it all. She does want it all. She want to say, I'm with this street savvy man, okay, who understands the
Yep.
inner workings of the hard life in the streets, but I also need a CEO that can run a big major business. I need him too. Now, when you think about it, those are polar opposites of each other, but you need both. And women have told us, because for a while people were saying something about they want they would use Tupac. They said they want Tupac in a suit, meaning he has to be like some powerful CEO,
Yeah.
but he got to have the street cred that you would attribute to somebody like a Tupac. you know. And I'm also say shout out to Theories Rock. He say women cheating is
Well,
proximity and
look at
convenience.
Chaz.
Yeah. Sometimes it's literally just because he there. And a lot of guys don't get that. You have a woman, she goes to work every day. She can act right. She can do what she's supposed to do. She can get out there, make that money, bring it home, and help her man. But why would she cheat sometimes? Not because she, quote unquote, likes this dude, not because she just initially super attracted to this dude. Sometimes she'll cheat with a coworker because the coworker there. That's it. A lot of people think it's more mysterious than that. No, he's just there. He's there on a regular basis, Monday through Friday, for example. And because I can cheat with the man and my husband ain't got to know, or my quote unquote boyfriend ain't got to know, or my fiance ain't got to know, he is there. He ain't gonna tell on me because he gonna want to keep getting some. So she just do it for the sake of doing it because it's about the excitement that comes along with it. I've never, quote unquote, been a bad girl. So I want to use this particular man who will sleep with me because her perception is men gonna sleep with just about anything. And I'm gonna do it so I can have me an exciting story. Maybe I'll share this with my girls later. And just in case that nigga cheat on me one day, I gotta have a one up. Now, this is stuff women have admitted to, y'all. I'm not just saying stuff that I'm making up. I'm telling y'all stuff women have literally admitted to. Go ahead.
Shout out to the work husband in the broom closet.
Yeah. And this is why I say, y'all, it's not just about a man being in a powerful position. I've heard that a lot of time, but I've also seen what women have done and who they did it with. Okay. I've even seen the white women doing it too. I mean, we focus on black folks over here, but I'm not gonna say this ain't true with white women too. See, they have something in somebody else. They got the quote unquote tall guy. They got the guy that's in great shape, the guy who looks like Adonis. Yeah, but they'll cheat with a guy who's the exact opposite. If y'all pay attention to what women like, you really can't get a real composite of a general concept of men because they do so much with all kinds of men. They got nothing to do with each other. I mean, they even sleep with men's enemies. You know, you think she a Crip girl, and I'm just using Bloods and Crips because I know that's the big gangs throughout the nation. You think she rocking with them Crips like that, you'll find that same chick having sex with somebody on the opposite set. You thought she was down for the red. You know, but when it comes to the bedroom, she cool with the blue. You know? So it is what it is. It's not really a particular thing. It's about what she wants at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And are women willing to throw it away for the moment? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, we got some good white folks who show us how willing they are to throw it away for the moment. You know, now these are very well-to-do people, so I guess they do their dumb stuff in different places. Because if I'm cheating on my wife, not that I would, but if I did actually had this concept to cheat on my wife, am I taking her on a date to a Coldplay concert? Not me. You can't get me to take her to a date to IHOP, let alone a Coldplay concert. You know, so it's just, and like I said, y'all, I ain't even really trying to focus on these people. It's just because of something Passport OG said about how they trying to make the black men the face of cheating, which is a thing that they do. And white men do have a strong reputation for being cheaters throughout history. You know, it's for me, this is just a joke that I use them. It's just a joke that I use them. Shout out to Passport G for what he did. But he did make a real good point with that. So I'm just saying, yeah, and y'all, and this is again how I tell you, people can be brilliant in certain areas, but dumb as a doorknob in another area. I'm gonna say the guy has to be a brilliant man because I forget what company they said he was the CEO of, but he was running some big company, and he literally took the head of HR to a public event. Okay, so you may be a brilliant man when it comes to the business world. He an absolute idiot when it comes to relationships between men and women. Because if you cheating on your wife, why are you taking her to public places like that? And why would you get a seat that's going to end up on camera? I mean, I don't know where he was at in the event, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not taking I have a wife at home with kids. And yeah, I've seen their pictures, y'all. I saw the pictures, both of them with their families. So if I got a wife at home with some kids, why would I take her to any public event that ain't work related? That makes no sense at all.
Okay.
So brilliant in one part of his life, complete idiot in another part of his life.
Yeah, but you gotta also understand. He, he likes some some OG. You know what I mean? He probably likes that. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, you said his wife probably like what?
Nah, I'm saying this CEO in particular, he likes them old cheese.
I mean, it could have just been a proximity issue between them. Maybe both of them just cheaters and they work together. Could be a proximity issue. Look, you know I like to cheat. Well, you know I like to cheat too, so we can cheat together because we come to work. We come to work all the time. We can cheat together. Because I'm not gonna lie, personally, my thought process is when you start cheating with your coworkers, a lot of that got to do with proximity.
And that's all kind of messed up, man. Your wife come at home, man, and she's keeping you with those glazed lips. Oh my god. I I can trust these hoes, man.
Well, and my thing is this. There's a lot of stuff that's said out there. Black women love cheaters. They don't like being a woman getting cheated on. But have y'all ever seen black women, from a general standpoint, have a problem being the woman who's cheating or who's helping the man cheat? Maybe she's not in a relationship. Do women
No,
have a problem being the other woman?
no, they don't. Never had any problem.
Yeah. They got a serious ego about you cheating on them. But being the other woman doesn't seem to be a problem for black women. You know? And I've literally seen women who had sex with a man simply because he got a woman. Black women have this
Most women
very.
do that.
I'm not saying certain things I say is not going to apply to other women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not implying that at all. My thing is, once you master black women, you've already mastered the others. You know, you've already mastered. They not gonna show you too much of anything that you ain't already gonna see with black women. You know, they're usually ahead of the curve. I'll say that. They're usually ahead of the curve. Especially when it comes to negative things. They're usually ahead of the curve. So, you know, can a man have sex just because he implies he has a girlfriend or wife at home? Yeah. Men have literally gone out with wedding rings. And this is true, y'all. Men have bought wedding rings just to go places with a wedding ring on. Because he would make the woman think he got a wife. She's going to assume that by the wedding ring, and he know he got action. That man ain't never got married, but he know that's the way to get action, which is crazy in itself, you know. And people will say, well, you know, it seems like when you're in a relationship, that's when you got all the hoes coming at you. Yeah, because see, when you put that ring on, it makes you a target. A lot of black men ain't really thought about it from that context. That makes you a target once you got that ring, because she has an ego and she wants to be able to say, I slept with somebody else's man. Now I don't know why women is dumb, because it ain't like if they was just trying to give some coochie away on the streets that a lot of men wouldn't take it. You know, a lot of men would take it anyway. They don't need you to be in a relationship or not in. They don't even care. But for women, it's like, no, I want to get the man who's already committed to somebody else. So when y'all say things like, well, you know, women don't have friends with each other. Well, I mean, look how they act. When you want to sleep with a man just because he got a woman, how do you make friends with another woman if that's your attitude about life? You know, and is this every woman? Maybe not, but it's definitely enough of. I would say that it's definitely enough of. Because if you want some action on a slow night, all you got to do is start presenting the fact that you got a woman, even if you don't got one.
Yep.
And it is what it is, you know?
Shout out to Stephen Diggs, who's having 4 women pregnant, including Toddy B.
Man, listen. If you really want to attract women, you go out wherever you go out, lounge, bar, whatever you do, and put a wedding ring on.
Yeah, they
All
liable to
the
go
women,
crazy.
man, bro. When they know you got somebody, they want a piece of you because they want what other women want.
Mm-hmm. And they swear it's men that's so terrible. But I'm going to say the average black man ain't going to cheat. Now, I can, you know what I'm saying? I can say that with my chest out, y'all. I knew too many black men who turned down women because they just don't want to be cheaters. And that's it. You know, some of them don't want to deal with the reputation of being a cheater. Some of them just love their woman so much they don't want to put her through that pain, all kinds of stuff. Men turn down a lot of women. Okay. That's why the average black husband don't cheat. When you think about it, even when they reported why women would claim they're getting a divorce, because I understand irreconcilable difference came up because they got to the no fault divorce and all that type of stuff. But why were women, even back in the day, saying that men were cheating? They would say lack of communication, and they would say finance. They wasn't saying because he was out here cheating.
Mm-hmm.
That's not our people at the end of the day. Can you find a man that will? Sure. But from a general perspective, that just ain't black men. We just ain't ever been cheaters like that. I doubt if we ever would be cheaters like that. You know, and when you mentioned somebody like a Stephon Diggs having multiple people pregnant at the same time, I ain't heard that Stephon Diggs has a relationship with anybody. When you're single, you can do what you want to do. But the fact that he is Stephon Diggs and he's a NFL player, of course he gonna be able to do some stuff a little more openly than a lot of other men would even attempt to do it. I'm not gonna even say other men couldn't do it. I just think other men, because they don't have his quote unquote status or his position, they won't openly do it the way he has done it. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not saying what do I even want to. Well, put it like this: I know for sure that there's plenty of women out here very comfortable with being on the roster, as they say. Okay, I know women that are very comfortable being on the roster. I think the reason black men just don't do it more is because we have been socialized to be afraid. And I personally, I am totally against black men cheating because I had to come to the realization we cheat because we're cowards, and I don't think it's good for us to be cowards. And that's just real talk. I don't think that's a good look for black men. I don't think we should stop being that way. If you want another woman, just tell the woman you're dealing with that you want somebody else. And if she rocking with it, she rocking with it. If she not, she not. But why be a coward about it? But I'm gonna
Right.
turn to my go ahead real quick. I'm about to turn it over to Black
No, no,
Guru.
I was just agreeing with you. Go ahead, Black Guru.
Well, I'm not really sure what to say here because I I have well, let me preface what I say is, I mean, I have repeatedly said this before. I am not religious. Um, I tend to be somewhat suspicious of issues regarding morality and ethics and stuff like that, particularly with respect to matters of the heart and the groin, so to speak. I think on a baseline level, we're all animals, and upon chance, we'll act accordingly. And I say that for both men and women. So I'm going to probably just respectfully disagree, you know, with the. I think, honestly, I'm going to do what I got to do in the circumstances in which I got to do it. And I pretty much expect women to do the same. And for me, it's just a matter of what do I discover and what do they discover. See, because it's one thing to say these things in theory, but it's a whole other thing to go 30, 40, 50 plus years in a marriage, you know. And that's a whole lot of living and a whole lot of circumstances and a whole lot of bills and a whole lot of property. Look, I generally think in some ways, if you want to say what you're doing, say what you're doing. But I can definitely empathize with a man or a woman who is careful about, keeping quiet what they're doing. And I guess I'll end my opening statement there because it's kind of going to field, I think, for the ethics that you're trying to convey, Rosh.
I mean, my thing is, I'm just saying why they doing it. I personally just don't think black men should cheat. I just think, if you're not gonna be the quote unquote faithful type, just tell her from Jump Street. I don't think it's gonna be much of an issue for black women, truth be told. I really don't see that. I see them making a big whoop in the beginning, but is it a real issue for them? Not really, you know. Or you can do stuff that I know I've done in the past. I mess with you, but I'm single. It is what it
I
is,
I
you know.
I found in my experience when you tell a woman that up front, like, hey, I'm interested in you. If you're interested in me, you're not going to be the only one. So don't expect that. They tend to accept it. they tend to kind of weigh you and measure you out, and they kind of go, huh, that makes sense, and they keep and they usually, like you said, if they rocking with you, they rock with
They
you, and that's
they
it.
they they will accept it in the beginning if it's convenient for them to do so. And when it's to their advantage to not accept it, they will sabotage.
I agree.
And they will use the state, they will use the forces of the state in the community. I was coerced, he tricked me, he broke my heart. They'll do all that stuff. See, part of the reason why I'm suspicious of this concept of being truthful is they're never going to be wholly truthful with you. So you're fighting a battle with one arm tied behind your back. I don't trust any of them enough to tell me the truth. So I reserve the right to do what I need to do situational.
So
Yeah, I mean
I
that
don't
makes
trust
sense.
none
Yeah.
of them enough to tell me the truth. I don't trust my own
so
wife to tell me all the truth. 30 some years.
so, gentlemen,
Real
are we
talk.
are we really are we really seriously telling highly desirable men that they can only eat cornmeal for the rest of their lives if they ever to get married? Is that what we're saying? If you told them,
Nah,
no, no, no,
nah.
no, no, no,
But
Roger, let me finish.
that's only part.
So
That's only part
the
of the
high.
issue.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
and
that's
before we,
only part of the issue. You know, you think that CEO wouldn't have wanted to be able to get down like that? Does he become CEO if he was getting down like that publicly? Hell no. That's the dilemma. You don't become CEO if you getting down like that. That's the real world dilemma. You know, it's one thing to say this stuff. Yeah, I'm out here slinging dick with everybody. Yeah, try to do that and become CEO of a major corporation. That don't happen.
Yeah, that don't work.
yeah,
That's true.
that's gonna be a feat if you gonna try that. Yeah, because I don't see you doing it. But Inspired Truth, I want you to get in, my brother. Go ahead.
All right, all right. Peace to the chat. Peace to the brothers on the panel. Hopefully, I'm coming in loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
All
Got
right.
you.
So
We
here's what
got you.
I've got. Like, there's a part of this that we kind of left out a little bit. Like, we have these things called proximal causes, distal causes, and then like the actual root causes. In some of these cases, what we're dealing with is guys that are kind of like starved. Like, so some of those starved guys will step out from time to time so that they can actually get some. And like the actual real cause of that is like the chick that he's with, like the chick that he's with wasn't really into him or like kind of got bored and wanted to do like some other thing or like it's like we got to kind of look at that part of the equation as well. And then on top of that, there's the people that want to kind of put it into the box of a relationship when they're not really in a relationship like that for real. Like they're calling it cheating and it's not actually cheating. That's not your husband. That's not your fiance. Like it's a dude that you're getting down with. Like that's basically what that is. But then that gets kind of like framed as cheating or framed as a certain way and just kind of like feeds into like that negative perspective or negative stereotypes of black men that that basically the bigger broader society propagates. So it's that's kind of like the way that I kind of look at this thing. It's a lot of kind of like false framing and misinformation.
Mm.
Well,
My
no,
thing is,
but let's
man.
play out what you said. You gotten it. You married a woman. Y'all together 20 some years. She started having sex with you. You got property. You got business. You got children. You got all of this.
Hmm.
Right. What are you gonna do? Now it's easy to say, well, just tell her you're just gonna start fucking other women. Okay, you can do that and risk losing half or most of everything you have. Or you can go smash some hooker or some secretary or whatever on the slide and then go on with the rest of your day.
Well, that's kind of like what I'm talking
I mean, the
about there.
only
Like you were talking
problem
about
I
is
have with this guy here is why you got this whole all out in public at a concert. That was crazy.
that is. But that's Whiskey Mike. He gets down like that. You know that power drunk thing kind of is a real thing where people really think that they're like untouchable like that. But now in that scenario that you brought up there, that kind of seemed like it was kind of going back to like the woman being the root cause there. She's not like getting down with the man like that anymore. Like I mean, he's gonna be starved, and so he's gonna have to do something.
No, she got
I
leverage.
mean,
Like once they get leverage, they start acting out. They get power drunk.
exactly,
Mm.
exactly. And dude be want to keep his home and all that shit.
So
Like real talk,
essentially,
you don't work 50 some hours, 60 hours a week or whatever to get this, get that, put this together, and I'm just giving all up for some ass.
okay, but you need them. So you're gonna let the woman
True.
hold your penis hostage? She don't want to give it up anymore, and what you gotta do? He gonna hold your penis hostage, and it's not like when she's not giving it up to you, she's not giving it up to somebody else. Somebody is getting it just for free. You're taking care of a woman, and she's not giving you anything. Not even the bedroom fund. So she's holding your sexuality in hostage.
Yeah,
But
and she
but
kind of broke the contract too, because I mean, like all of that stuff. Like, if you make this contract of, okay, this is the only person I'm going to get with, and I ain't going to get it from that person, she's in breach of that contract there. Like, that's a fireable offense.
see, every man is in danger of that in post-industrial America that gets married because it gives them leverage that they can divorce you and sue you for assets. They can sue you for alimony. They can sue you for child support. It's just part of the construct of what we live in now. Every man that gets married has the opportunity, and most men that get married go through this. But that's why you have sexless marriages.
Yeah, it's diabolical that you can, like, break your word and then walk away with gifts and cash and prizes. It's a messed up system.
I mean, you
Like,
you have sexless marriages, and almost as bad as that, you have the starfish marriage.
Yep.
You all know what
She
that
just,
is.
she just
Where
laying there
where
and
you got a minute to get it done.
right.
Don't mess up
That's
the
it.
sheet.
Two
Don't mess up the
two
sheet.
times a month.
Yeah, it's just a
Two
chore
times
for
a
her.
month.
I
Mm-hmm.
knew a dude and I witnessed it. His old lady showed me. He has to text her and ask her for an appointment to get some pussy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
disrespectful. There
I
is no
mean, this is
passion.
this
There
is
is no
how this
vision.
is how real this is how real men are living. These are conversations I've had with dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got all whatever. What's her names? And she's at Cornell, and and this shit is expensive. I mean, motherfuckers are really living.
yeah. When you get married, just know, brothers, you can't alpha your way past this particular issue.
No, no. I
I
mean,
mean,
unless you are willing to lose everything,
now go ahead. Let you willing to what?
which maybe you're willing to do. No, unless you're willing to lose everything, which maybe you're willing to do.
Ain't nothing like some poverty to make them act right.
Prop,
Uh,
props to you. Props to you if you are.
you cannot pay them bills. Real talk. You cannot pay them. Not now. I've said it before. If I was dealing in a situation like that, not that I ever expect to. If we ain't having sex in the marriage, we not paying no bills either. Because we headed for divorce, right? So why have
And
property?
can you show me what?
You know what I'm saying? Why have
No.
property if we about to get divorced? You know,
Right.
so we might as well just stop paying the bills, and I just keep the money in the bank, and we're gonna move on. So do you, baby? Do you? It's ways to figure stuff out. That's all I'm saying, y'all. There are some harsh ways to do it, but as a person who don't come from money, I can just go back to having nothing, and I just get it again with you out the picture. Yeah, what it is. I can't give you what I don't got to give you.
In this climate, in this environment, I would advise. Go ahead.
Brother. I want you to hold your thought, but I got to get these new guys in. We got 4 new guys who came to the panel, so I got to get them in.
Man, forget them new people. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. My bad.
All right, we gonna go down the line, y'all. Nobody put time in the back, so I guess we good. Jado, we gonna start with you.
Hey, what's up, Roger? What's up, fellas? Hope y'all doing good, man.
Doing good, brother.
Yeah.
Doing good. Glad
what's
to see
up,
you.
Jado?
Good. Hey, what's good, bro? I don't have much to add, man. I thought, like, oh yeah, man, you dropped some fire there, man. I'm kind of like that too, man. Especially once I joined the military, man. I just seen too much, man. I just seen too stuff that you don't think should add up, especially when it comes to sex, man. And that old adage that I always thought was interesting is all is fair with love and war. All is fair in love and war. And when I say love, I mean sex. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of like a royal rumble out here, man. And I actually believe that women in general, black women especially, I think they love to be cheated on, and they love to cheat as well, man. I think it's both. They love to be cheated on, man. They love to have that big emotional shift, and they love to have some leverage to hold over that man's head, man. They love it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think interesting thing. I don't have I'll end right here actually. Hey Roger, we kind of reviewed that movie, one battle after another, man. And there was one line that woman said, Tiana Taylor's character said on there that was very revealing. They were talking. She was pregnant by a white man, and she said, this, I'll say, instead of saying the P word, I'll say cat. She said, this cat is used for war. This cat is used for war, man. And I truly believe that, man. And I thought it was a very profound statement. So, yeah, I don't know where I'm going to go with that. I'll just end right there, man. Thanks for having me up, bro.
Good
Hey,
point.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. Way to sound real good. Right before Truth Teller got to come behind you. So, Truth Teller, now you can't follow this well. Oh, you know what? My bad. Chef Mike done came up. I got to make sure Chef is just participating and not not finna get at something. Chef, we good?
Sending niggas home.
We good,
Yeah,
Chef?
nah, we good, man. Nah, hey, good morning, good morning, good afternoon. Nah, we good, man. I'm up just to participate. I ain't snatching nobody's soup this morning. I'm just up
Okay.
to participate.
All right. Well, go ahead, Truth Teller. But if you say
I'll
something
keep it
cross,
short.
you might get smashed in real time.
I think I'm gonna say something Chef could ride with. I think I'm gonna say something Chef could ride with, because I would just put it like this. So something y'all said a minute ago. You can't alpha your way through that kind of situation. That is very true. But you can damn sure petty your way through that situation. I promise you, my wife do that. She gonna live in pettiness hell for the rest of our marriage, and we ain't getting no divorce. And when I say petty, I mean she ain't gonna be able to trust the food she eat petty. Oh, and don't give me the chance to hit it. It's gonna turn into a ugly corn session if you let me hit it. It ain't even gonna look right for you after that. So pettiness can get you out of a lot, players. I'm just saying. As far as the subject at hand,
Like you
you
put a
know,
lot of thought into it.
I live this life, Uru. I live it. I'm just saying how I live. That's all. I just want to point out to y'all all the different women that were in each of these videos. Did any of them look like the attractive, classy woman that you would definitely be proud of to have as your wife on your arm? It occurred to me.
You hit below the belt now. You hit below the belt.
It just occurred to me watching the videos. I was listening to, they say the normal stuff, but I was listening and I was just looking at who was talking, and I'm like, if I was with you, I think I should get a cheat free card, because you You don't fit the description of a woman who shouldn't be cheated on. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. And then you throw the attitude in there with it, and then you throw the ignorance in there with it. I mean, come on, man. You lucky that dude is just married to you, man. Suck it up and keep it moving. That's all I can really say. Because
Well,
what else he want? Look at you. I mean, what is he supposed to do?
so
It's
what you're saying
crazy,
is that
man.
if you don't have
Oh,
the face card,
bloody.
then you should get the cheat card.
He
No face
should. Now,
card equals cheat card.
if he's nice enough not to use it, great for him. All right, but I mean, look at what's on the shoulder, man. I ain't gonna lie. In all these videos and these chicks coming on here talking, I haven't seen an attractively classy looking woman not one time yet. They all look like they coming from the street somewhere, white, black, Asian, wherever. They all look the same, and none of them fit the bill for what a wife is supposed to look like. So what are we supposed to do? Treat y'all like something that you're not? I mean, come on, man. Let's just live our lives peacefully, y'all. Come on.
I'm gonna say, man, before Truth Teller got here, it was probably about 76 degrees. Now it's about 42. I guess it's 43 degrees, man. You cold blooded, bro. You cold
I live in a warm place. This is how I maintain my balance and bodily temperature. Because it's hot here. It's like 74 degrees right now. So
I swear
I
it's
gotta
43. I swear it's 43. Shark, you got it, my brother. You got it.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing good, brother. I'm cold now. I'm cold.
I hope Chef don't take my suit
Hey,
for what I'm
what's
about to
going
say and
on,
all that
Sarge?
good stuff. What's up, Chef? How you doing?
I'm
I
good,
think
brother.
I think black women cheat. Well, women cheat more of a power thing. You know what I mean? Like for her to get you off of your dean, that's powerful in a sense. You know what I mean? So like if she could get you to cheat on your woman, she got power over you. You know what I mean? And for her to be able to cheat on her man, she got power over her man. So either way, she got power. You know what I mean? And I think men don't cheat. The men that don't cheat are the men who don't feel like they have any power. Like Uru said it earlier, this is your human nature. I don't know how you let somebody tame you like you a damn circus tiger to where your human nature no longer runs through you. And I think that's what it is, the difference with the white man and difference with us. The white man still wow. We always call him a savage. On Whiskey Mike, do what he want to. Abdul, do what he want to. Liu Kang, do what he want to. Black men, we be in the house scared as a kitten. Yo, you are a man. Nobody's like you are a man. What is wrong with that? If you too scared to say that what you want, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, but yeah, like that ain't what's popping. So I think every other man do what the hell he want to do. It's just black men who just oh nah, you know I'm in whatever. And to the white guy, when they was on the kissing cam, was he kissing that lady or were they just
Nah,
together at the concert?
they was just
They
together.
were
He was
hugged up.
standing behind her.
That nigga
Yeah, he
wasn't
was.
cheating. She did good work and he got her some Coldplay concert tickets. That's what we running with. Don't blame that man for cheating if you ain't see him cheating. You ain't got
Oh
no
my.
evidence that he was cheating.
Yeah.
They were hugged up though. That
Yeah,
that was.
I think what happened to him was he was a victim of social media because if you don't have social media, if you don't have social media, none of us even know that happens, right? So, but what happened when you're a CEO of a corporation is not even just about whether you did anything wrong. Appearances, attention, whatever. As you know, the corporation, you got stock prices, all that. You got to get rid of him because you just got to get that issue off the plate, regardless of how you might feel about it, regardless of whether it's not that big a deal to you or whatever. You just got to get rid of it, and
Yep.
that's what
And
happened.
yep. And you put a lawsuit right in her lap should she choose to activate it.
Yeah, so if they
Yeah,
wasn't
I mean,
kissing on
I'm
the kiss
sure
cam, how
now
they
she left the company, but I bet you she got a hell of a severance package leaving that company. I bet you
That's
she
right.
did, in lieu of or to prevent what you just referenced to.
All right.
All right, let's get no placeholder in there.
Somebody frying chicken, they gotta mute up.
If
It
you
does
ain't gonna
sound like
bring enough
a
to
fry.
share, y'all. If you ain't bringing enough to
A
share,
fish fry in the background or something. Yes,
you know,
sir.
yeah, we don't need to know you frying fish unless you got some for the rest of us. Okay. Uh, no placeholder. Go ahead, my brother.
Good morning, Roger. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. So I I I'm gonna come at this from the point of view of my current situation, just like Truth Teller, but I agree with her from his perspective in terms of the pettiness. But in terms of the women and the why they cheat, I would say I think mainly convenience. I think convenience might be the reason why both parties cheat. But um, I agree with if we were to do a percentage, that would be what I would say because because it's so convenient. But in regards to marriage and getting into marriage and like these people here and then find themselves cheating, um, I don't know. We are human beings. Um, we're doing what we're doing for the sake of community, for the sake of our children, for the sake of basic institution. It is rigid. It is basically designed to benefit beyond the two people. So like the marriage, while it benefits both persons, which is actually understood to the, you know what I'm saying, it does provide equal value to society, to the children, everyone else. So and you find it. So I don't know. I'm saying I myself got into marriage because of those reasons for children, for black families, for black men. I'm saying I like to make black men look good, or like to make black families look good, and such forth. But I'm saying in terms of the possibility of cheating and all those things that happen, I just kind of like I go in that with a certain realization that can happen. I'm saying if it does happen, then obviously you just have to deal with it. I'm saying, but yeah, that's that's my 2 cents.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, Chef Mike gone. He gone.
Okay.
Okay.
So realistically, the man is supposed to only have one,
No.
regardless of his social status in life. Like like the overproducing Kryptonian, who are out here making everything happen, super super omega level successful Kryptonian. He should only have one. Meanwhile, she can't keep up with his sex drive. You know what I mean? Super Kryptonian has a lot of testosterone. She can't keep up. She can barely give him 15 minutes. She can't ride the pole for more than 5 seconds. She can't give him some good throat for more than 1 minute. So he's supposed to content with that. You know what I
Generally
mean?
speak,
He can't go out there and have some wild monkey fun. You know what I mean? Breaking some
Yeah,
bed somewhere. You got to be content with that. Do y'all
generally
realize
s-
that
yeah,
most
yeah.
let me finish. Do y'all realize that most women don't have good coochie? Most women stuck in bed. Most women are not very good at having sex.
Exactly.
Y'all do know that, right? Most women have
yeah,
trash boxes. They are not good in bed. The reason why what happens in bed is enjoyable is because you, the man, make it enjoyable. It's not all that. Sometimes in your mind, what you're about to do with her is far more satisfying in your mind than what's going to happen in reality. So we're supposed to just accept that, despite being the top 1% in the world, and we get bottom 99% sex activity. Is that what you're saying?
And that's what
nah.
I'm agreeing with what you're saying because it's like, all right, for like the married dudes in here, I look at cheating as you go to work and you spending your money and you spending your time and your resources on another female.
Yeah, on
That's
top
I
of
think that would be cheating more than you just having sex with a chick who don't really mean nothing to you other than a nut.
yeah, on top of that, like the chicks, they actually have more sex drive than we do. Like if we're really being honest, because all they got is a hole. They don't have to like actually like do all the different things that we actually have to do. Like they can go and then go again and then go again. If they ain't getting it on because they don't really like you like that, they don't feel you like that, or they don't feel you anymore, or they're bored, or they're into something else now and want to do this and want to do that because they're always like, changing like the weather.
No,
The
just
whole
mostly
thing.
because somebody else didn't hit it already. Because we do all the work. You gotta lift them big ass legs up in the air.
True.
Big ass
That's
titty. You
true.
gotta throw that titty over to the left. Come on, that's a lot of work, man.
Now, I would say, I don't think nobody's up here saying men should not be able to go out and have sexual encounters. Only thing I'm saying is, if that's something you want to do, you ain't got to be scared of that chick and tell her that's what it is. That's all I'm saying. Do what you want to do, but be honest about it. What's the point in black men cheating? I don't get the point of the cheating. I can have multiple women, but I don't have to cheat to do it. So I don't
So
get the
so
point of the cheating.
so in
That's what
this
I'm
current
saying.
environment, you think that a man can just be blatant about it to his
Yes.
wife, saying,
Yes.
I'm going. Nah, come on, man. You know the laws doesn't work in your favor like that, man. Come on. Yeah,
Bro,
be real,
it,
man.
Hey, I
bro,
just wanted.
you man. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
go ahead,
Kev.
bro.
You got it, Kev. You got it.
Well, man, see, this is to the point to what Emperor is saying. Not to his point, but to counteract what he's saying. The fear is in your voice that you're afraid to tell these women the truth. You're afraid to tell them that they ain't good in bed. You're afraid to tell them that they're not going to be the only one. That's why they have leverage over you. You got to tell
Mm,
these women the truth.
yeah, yeah. Once you're married, once you
No,
get
no,
into a marital
you
contract,
should tell them the
you don't
truth.
have all that leverage anymore.
You should tell them the truth. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: over time, you in this system, you lose power, you lose leverage. See, one of the fundamental problems that you guys have from being younger and unmarried is what you don't really appreciate is that they can change whatever deal you make with them. They can change whatever deal you make with them. And the law, the courts, the police, the government will 100% back their play. So when you say this stuff about, oh nigga, just be honest, be player like that, get in 20 years with some woman in most of the
Uh-huh.
states in this country, and then holler at me about all that.
Let me say this, and
That's
then
true.
I gotta get a bad black gamer in here, and then we got perfect timing coming up as well. So I'm gonna say this real quick, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. If you're not planning on being faithful to the woman, I don't think marriage should even come up. And that's just real talk. If you know you're gonna be out here in these streets, just stay in the streets, man. It is what it is because, yeah, you can't bypass this country laws, rules, and because this country is what it is, anything you do, the state or the federal government is gonna try to figure out a way to ruin it for you anyway. So I just can't be attached to a woman if I'm not gonna just be with her. So at the end of the day, it doesn't require me to be attached to the woman to get what I want to get out the woman. I'm honest about what I want. If she cool with it, she cool with it. I do understand they will change their minds later. That's what most women gonna do. That don't even sound like my problem. That sounds like she got a problem that developed because she accepted a
Get
deal on
you
something she didn't really want.
get you a woman from outside of the country who is fairly not modern and become friends with her family. Become friends with her family and get her, and she'll do whatever you want her to do, how you want her to do it, for as long as you want her to do it. So that the issue of you cheating and being in some sexless marriage and shit, you're much less likely to get into that situation because that woman has not been made feminist. Now it's still odds and percentages. You know, she still can potentially become corrupted. I don't promote cheating per se. I know that the women in this country and in this society, you can't hold them to any deal, but the society will hold you to that deal. So my view of it is that you're kind of in a war situation where all the resources are aimed against you, and whatever kind of earnestness and integrity and morality you bring to the situation will actually be used against you in a court of law. That's the way the system actually works.
And that's exactly
That's
why I'm saying, unless you're ready to be faithful to that woman, marriage shouldn't even be talked about. It shouldn't be even come into the realm of what's going on between y'all. You can't hold me to
Roger,
the contract I
Roger,
never signed.
Roger.
Mhm.
The vast majority of men who marry think they are going to want to be faithful to that woman when they go into that deal. I don't know too many men that married a woman under the auspices where they think or know they still gonna be doing other women on the side. Usually they adore that woman so much and is willing to dedicate so much to that woman that even the thought or the prospect of them laying with another woman is the first thing from their mind. It's
They under the
time and
spell, Guru.
circumstance that
They
change,
under that
right?
spell.
But it's time and circumstances that change the perspective of the men on that issue. It's not them in most cases going in thinking like that.
All right, well, I got to give it to a bad black gamer and perfect jump in right behind him. Okay, don't let nobody take your spot. You're a content
Hey,
creator. You're
good
a
morning.
soldier. Take your spot after bad black gamer. Go ahead, bad black gamer. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing? Good morning. Salutes to the chat and salutes to Roger. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay.
Yes, sir. We can. We can. Appreciate it.
All right. So I'm gonna first start this conversation off by like saying something or quoting something that my home ec slash sex education teacher said back in middle school. It's all good. And what I'm saying by that is um I ain't gonna say most, I'm gonna say all women lie. So we don't know what they're doing. Like they can be cheating on us at any time, and we'll never catch them because we don't know how to look. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, a lot of times, a lot of women do. Um, this guy's been married for years and don't know that they wives had stepped out on him or things of that nature, and they probably never going to know. You know what I'm saying? Um, now, like I was married for like over 60 years, so I'm gonna pick it back off of what Black Guru said. Um, yeah, when you with a woman, the longer you with her, the more leverage she gets.
mhm,
Okay, so and she is going to change the contract on you at the end of the day. And it ain't a matter like will she be no, she's going to change it. The things that y'all agree to in the beginning is not going to be the same thing that y'all agree to in the end. At the end of the day, so she's going to use sex as a leverage when she feels like she can, and she's the only person you can get it from. You know what I'm saying? You can't let her. One of the things I learned, you cannot. First of all, women disrespect you if they think you can't get it from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like you can't cheat, so you can never let them get comfortable. You can never let them get comfortable. Let them think that you won't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do even if you're the type of guy that don't do that, you can never let a woman think that you won't step out on her. You know what I'm saying? You just can't let them, you can't let these women get comfortable around you like that because that's gonna end up turning into disrespect at some point, and they're gonna start once they see they're gonna get leverage over you anyway. The longer you with them, but it's kind of like a back and forth, like a war, like an ongoing war that you got to fight every day. Um, and also, but I should say, I mean, look, if we gonna cheat, we gotta do it like they do. We got to get into what they do is they get into a routine from the very beginning. So when they want to go step out and do something, it doesn't seem out of order and it doesn't send off any red flags. So we gotta when you first get with them, you gotta be taking a shower as soon as you come home every day. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be staying out late doing something. So when you do what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? You don't get caught like we normally do because we change up our habits. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna drop it right there and let you guys carry on.
Salute everybody. Good morning, man. Good morning, man. Taco Tuesday. We talk about taco. I don't believe. What's up? I don't believe in this concept. Like, I don't know how much of this is for Bible study, but I don't believe in this. this cheating concept, I think, is unique to the ADOS FBA, man. It's kind of like the thing where we're the only ones that get held to a standard of how old she is, right? Anybody like other men could date and marry no matter the age, right? To whatever the legal limit is, 16 in Arkansas, 14 in Mississippi, or reverse it around. But we're the only ones held to that standard, and we hold ourselves to that standard. This is not a masculine paradigm, right? This is unique to Western society. It's not very masculine. We're getting into gynocratic rules and principles when we talk about and we honor the word cheating. I don't respect it. I don't believe in it. It's like snitching, right? I don't think snitching is unique to us. Again, this is unique to FBA ADOS that we get called snitches. But if I'm a criminal, then how is there a standard or a line, right? I'm a criminal. So I would do criminal felonious things to my mama, but I'm not going to tell on you to get out of jail. It makes no sense. So
Amen.
this whole thing about cheating, I am a man. I have a phallus. You do not have a phallus. You do not get to dictate to me where I put my phallus. And it doesn't make me less of a man or less in love with you, and we all know this, or less committed to you because I put my phallus somewhere else.
Preach, brother.
This is gynocratic principles, and it's only, I bet you he not divorced. I bet Bill Clinton not divorced. None of these people get divorced, and they only get divorced when they want to. That woman left Bill Gates because Bill Gates allowed it. If Bill Gates didn't want to be divorced, she would have disappeared. This is a paradigm unique to us. I don't accept it. I don't believe in it. I do believe in being a real one, though. I do believe in honoring my commitments and a handshake and a man of my word. Because I believe that's truly American, red, white, and blue. I'm a handshake brother. I'm an honor, but I'm not no fool. I'm not never coming into nothing with a female, which is a different type of human, a different type of species, and treating her like a man. I get out to Uru. I shake his hand. I give him my word. I give Roger my word. That's one thing. I'm not doing that with no person who don't have a phallus. They are incapable of giving me the same level of commitment back because they don't have a phallus. I'm not shaking my hand with no woman. Man, I'm not, no, I don't believe in this cheating concept. She could cheat on me. If she cheat on me, she gone. I can't cheat on her. I am the man. I have the phallus. I have the seed. I am stronger. I will stomp her, her mama, her daddy. I can't cheat on something. That's like my son. Think about the concept I'm giving you. My son can't, you know what I'm saying? She's like a child to me. I can't wrong a child. I can't do nothing. I come from the 70s. I can't do nothing wrong to you. You my son. I can't cheat on you. You are my wife. You hold my last name. How can I cheat on you? You could cheat on me because you could dishonor the name I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
How can I cheat on you?
Pass the plate around for that brother because he preaching. I think the tabernacle
Yes, sir.
some love.
Yeah, I'm hitting the concept right now, yo, just for perfect.
The visiting pastor blew up the spot. The visiting pastor blew up the spot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's why I said. That's why I brought up that line that Tiana Taylor said in that movie. Man, it's psychological warfare, really, man. And we're holding ourselves captive to it. You know what I'm saying? We're allowing them to hold us captive to this cheating thing. You know what I'm saying? And again, this ain't saying, oh, go out and just cheat to your heart's content. But I'm just saying it's like warfare out here, man.
Okay. Now, let me take this
We're
real
basically
quick.
playing that game the way they want to play it. We're not playing the way we need to play it.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Let me get this in. Then we give it to Chef Mike. I guess the right man to follow up. Shout out to J Bones, y'all. J Bones came through with $5 on the Cash App. He says, Roger, hope you're doing well, brother. Hey, I appreciate that, and I'm definitely trying to anyway. Shout out to my main man, Kevin 3905. He said I had more to give, but they cut off my food. They cut my food stamps off. Shout out to that $5.
Take back that 57 cents. happened, man?
It's real out here in the field, y'all. They cut off the food stamps.
It's tough. It's tough out here, man. It's tough out here.
Shout out to Inspired Truth Broadcast, who also put $5 on it. He said, "Can I put the related short in the chat?" Oh, absolutely, brother, absolutely. Inspired Truth. Man, did I give him a wrench? Did I give Inspired Truth a wrench? Because he should have a wrench. I got to make sure you got a wrench. But absolutely, my brother, absolutely appreciate you. And shout out to No Placeholder who says perfect going off tax. Okay, perfect going off tax. Hey, appreciate that, and Daddy did. So, Chef Mike's Roundtable, I believe you are the perfect man to follow up perfect at this particular perfect time. So you got the mic, my brother. You got the mic.
All right. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to find yourselves. As my man Perfect said on this Taco Tuesday,
Peace,
I
love.
have a question. Who gets to define what cheating is? Now,
We do.
that's not to be answered just yet. That's not to
Oh,
be
my bad.
answered just yet because I want you to think about it. Who gets to define it? And if we look, it's usually and most always defined by women or in relation to women. Now,
Yeah.
it's usually coming from some kind of moral standpoint, usually Christian based. And it's like I've got the whole house to myself, but you want me to stay in the bathroom. I've got the run of the house to myself, but you want me to stay in the bathroom. I'm so in agreement with Perfect because I hold life. If I don't give you the spark, you have nothing to produce. And you are just a woman with a period. I cannot cheat on you. One, we hadn't defined that word. Most times we link that word with the word adultery, but the word adultery comes with a whole lot more that goes along with it. Somebody on the panel said it earlier. If it's your boyfriend or girlfriend, y'all, you just getting down with somebody else. Ain't no cheating. What is cheating? Is it cheating when you lie and tell me I'm the father for 18 years? Can we consider that cheating because you just cheated me out of 18 years? Do we consider that cheating, or is it just a matter of sex? And I want to say this, and I'm going to end my statement with this. If we don't get past what we've been indoctrinated to believe, we will never understand that a king with more than one queen is unstoppable. See, when you as a man have more than one wife, you have more children. You control more of the population. You control more votes. You control more. And this is how dynasties and empires and kingdoms were built. This is why they have a problem. Because if I've got 2 or 3 wives and I'm content, because I don't know one man on this panel, if you had as many women as you wanted, if you had your 3 or 4 women, you wouldn't need anything else. You would go on about your business and build your life. This is how kingdoms are built, gentlemen. And the reason we're the only ones that held to this moral standard is because if we ever got our minds right and understood it, nobody would be able to stop us. Nobody would. How you gonna stop me from telling my wife what to do? It's like, and it's not just about sex. It's about a commitment to a process of living life with a common goal. And I'm gonna end my opening statement right there.
Amen.
Christianity is not a monogamous religion. It's just we live in America,
That's it.
and it's the laws of the land.
You know,
You,
this is
Yeah,
also
you,
Christianity is not a monogamous religion because if God can have a conversation with the king and say, you didn't have to steal that woman, all you had to do is
Right.
ask me for more wives and I would have given them to you.
Go ahead and preach, brother.
Well,
Go ahead and preach.
Mary was pregnant by somebody else. Mary had a
Thank
husband.
you.
Mary
Thank
had.
you.
I'll be
Thank
quiet.
you.
That's
Thank you, perfect timing. That was
don't
you
go,
went
don't
you
go
went you went a bit
No
too far.
one,
You were doing
no
good before
one
you said
wants
that.
to put no one wants to put Christianity on the chopping block and say, you know what, for so long we believe this, but now that I'm old enough, I can actually scrutinize this and see where I've gone wrong believing this as if it is the only way to go.
Who slept with
Nobody
Mary?
wants to put Christianity on scrutiny like that.
According to
Nobody.
perfect. You say who
listen,
slept with Mary?
Who slept
we,
with
we,
Mary?
I
we'll
did.
do that. We'll do that. We'll do that in Bible
According to the
study.
story.
Mary was
We'll
giving
do
that
that.
thing out.
We'll do that
So wait,
we'll
wait.
do that
So
one in
hold
Bible
on.
study.
So wait, hold on, wait. So God slept with Mary,
Yes.
but if I sleep with somebody other than my wife, I'm going to hell.
Come
So
on.
that means I must
That's
be
not
gonna
in the
be
Bible.
good in hell.
That's not in the Bible. That's just man's doctrine.
And it's a recent one. Does anybody
No,
remember the song "Ain't
no.
Nothing Going On But the
The
Rent"?
issue
Ain't
the issue
y'all hold on
the issue.
real quick.
Go
Y'all
ahead.
remember "Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent"? I remember living with my single mother. This was not a factor to women born in the 50s partying in the 80s.
Exactly.
My mother never broke up with a ninja over who he was. But if the ninja couldn't pay the rent, you could get roasted and clown, and that would go around her circle. But whether you not how many women you had, remember Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we
Saturday.
weekend.
just be good to me.
Come just
SOS band.
Come
They
on,
just
that never was a factor for my mother's generation. Uru, speak to it. But if you was not, ain't nothing going on but the rent. My mama was singing, dance to that song.
is
She
that the
never,
Heather?
she
Yeah,
never
that was
got
that
sad.
shit.
She never got sad
there is
about
there is
another man.
something there is something you guys are missing. It's the inconsistency or lack of integrity of the women. Because your mother will make that deal one day, but then if and when the circumstances change, if she marries that man, and then if it's to her advantage to divorce that man to take his shit, that's the very basis she will use to do that. He was with all these women, sleeping around or whatever. So they'll go into a deal saying, yes, I agree to this, right? And then the situation will change, the money will change, the property will change, whatever will change, and then you're dealing with a different person. And that's why I say, I mean, be, this is my view, because I can't trust them, then I'm not being totally honest with them. Nope, not doing it. Not doing
I
it.
got what you're
Not
saying.
ever
I
doing
dig what you're saying, Uru. You got to be player when it comes to this kind of situation we in
I
America.
By
agree.
the way, what Black Rule said is when I was mentioning, maybe I had a conversation before and I was talking about having leverage over my wife and how I approach her. I'm saying that's exactly what I was trying. I, I run all of my formulas with the philosophy that she's going to leave someday. Every single one of them. Not a single general formula I
it.
run. Not a single. I don't run a single general formula expecting me and my wife to be still be married to all eternity. Every general formula, I'm like, when is she going to leave? What's going to happen? Da 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 da. Every single one.
You have to. You have to. Can you survive the if not inevitable, certainly probable breakup, the dissolution? Can you survive it?
Yeah.
That's why
And like
a lot of these
Dr. Dre had a prenup, and the judge broke the prenup. Now she didn't get as much as she could have gotten, but she got more than that prenup allowed.
Broke the prenup. Broke it.
So I
Hey,
mean, you
a
guys
lot.
be talking, y'all be talking like it's kind of conceptual. A lot of it ain't really real.
but
Well, there's a reality that I was going to speak to earlier, but A couple of brothers came up. I think that any brother that's willing to get married, first of all, you need to be able to financially afford getting married. And when I say financially afford it, you need to open up a trust before you get married. Before you get married, and you need to already have your finances funneled into the trust before you get married. That way, if you get divorced, she can sue you, but she can only sue the salary that you pay yourself through the trust.
I agree with you, Kev. But what I'm saying to you is that essentially to get a certain type of female, you cannot be fully leveraged and get a certain type of female. Does that make sense?
But
No, that don't make sense. That sounds like you're afraid of
What?
women. You're afraid to tell them the
No,
truth.
no, 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 no,
Bro,
no, no,
hold on. Let me
no.
rebut. You just
Okay.
rebutted what I said. Let me rebut.
Okay.
I've been operating. I've been paying myself $5,000 a year for over 10 years now. Every
Mhm.
woman that I've lived with, has known I operate under a trust. If you with me and you bear children from me, if you get married to me and you divorce me and you leave, you ain't gonna get nothing.
I understand what you're saying, Kev, but I don't do that. I literally go for like stay high quality women that come from certain pedigree, and with
Is
the
I
she
intention of
is still gonna
basically.
do the same shit to pay
I
something
No,
married a
no,
pharmacist.
hold on. Hold on. No, I'm not talking. You talking about credentials, bro. I married a chick that basically they say because her grandmother is a nice person, and I trust her grandmother, and I met her mother, and her mother is a great human being. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's why.
right.
That's why I married her. You talk about like credentials. You what I'm trying to say. So when I talk about what I'm saying is that you like they're taking a chance to. When you get a decent woman, she's taking a chance to, Kev. You get what I'm saying? You cannot be
You
in a
don't
scenario
have
where you
to.
got a bunch of. All right, anyhow.
You don't
What
have to.
chances she taking? No place else. What chances she taking? Would you like
When
elaborate
I'm,
on that for me?
you can be a decent woman and actually do your part and actually end up with a guy that doesn't basically fulfill his other end of the agreement. So
so
if
to
you're fully leveraged, hold on. So if you're fully leveraged at that guy, you just wasted her youth. And then you got your money and you go and you about your business, and then she gonna want to basically still be a decent woman to another man, and you see. I'm not talking about hoes, bro.
no
If
no
she
You
was
see?
a,
I was
if she
wait. I
was a
was waiting
decent
on that to
woman,
come
she
up.
would have retained me.
no he
She would have retained me if she was a decent woman. She would have
No. I'm
stayed
saying
where she was at if she was a decent woman.
no. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to get across is that I'm not saying that essentially that you are not a good person, Kev. I'm saying that this is the
No,
way the marriage laws are designed, right? It could be learned, and the way the things are, it was because it was like, hey, she's gonna have your children, she's gonna do this, or she's gonna do that, and then basically, if something goes wrong, we need to have some level of guarantee for her. You get what I'm saying?
I am
So
her
that's like,
guarantee.
like no. I think what he's speaking to is like Holly Berry paying child support, right? So, but
no,
so
Halle Berry child. I'm not talking about. I don't give a shit about Halle Berry. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like a decent female in a scenario where all like I'm saying, and she's in a scenario now where the men are fully levered, and she goes about it in that fully levered scenario. If he doesn't do his
Right.
part, she's left in a scenario. I'm saying where he's like I'm saying,
you
where
said
all she can do is just take a chance.
Yeah,
she needs
brother.
to be compensated. She needs to be compensated somehow.
Yeah,
Brother.
exactly.
When she with
Yeah.
that man, if she stays with that man, she's gonna be compensated the entire time
Yeah,
she's
but
with
then
him.
some men can fail. I'm just trying to explain to you, and that's why they can fail today. Like you could be in a scenario where you're fully levered, Kevin, because you're fully levered. You just fuck your secretary because you're like, you know what happened? It's Friday. If I fuck this bitch anyway, she can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Yeah, I'm saying.
so
So
That's what I'm trying to explain. So,
no, I get
all
it.
right, go ahead.
So marriage is a business, a contract. So you're saying, but is she because she's a female and she goes into a bad business deal and she doesn't, recoup because she's a female, she needs to be recouped afterwards.
No, perfect. No, that's not what I'm saying. In the female itself is the product. Being 18 years old or 19 years old, you're going to get do once, and that is the product. Perfect.
What do that make me?
You're a man, so what I'm trying to say, you're a different product. Your product is attenuation, stability, consistency. You know what I'm
which
saying?
one
So
of them?
so you
Yes,
Which
you
one?
saying
Of,
I want
you
to
No,
jump
saying
in
which
here
she
one of
real
them
quick.
is
probably
more
I want to jump in here
valuable?
real quick.
you saying that she sacrifices her age and her youth. So that's
She's
her.
supposed to.
and
I
so do I.
understand. Nobody's not saying that,
And
Skip.
and
I'm just saying. I'm just. what I'm saying to you, before you come up here, Chef, is that I agree with the marriage laws in the way that they're designed. I just don't agree how the women are basically applying it, because I'm saying if we had chaste women and decent women, these laws would make sense. That's what I'm saying. But go ahead.
All right, I agree
Well,
with you.
I'm gonna step in and say this.
Oh,
Now,
wait.
my
Oh, go
idea,
ahead, Roger.
yeah, if someone were to gonna cheat on me and we not married, there's nothing to talk about. That relationship is over with. Because if I can't trust you to do it before we marry, I definitely can't trust you not to do it after we get married. And if I have a relationship, that is somebody I'm measuring out to be a wife. You just failed your audition. So there's really nothing for me to talk about once that happens. Now, if I'm married to a woman, I came up with a plan so she can live through a divorce. That plan to allow her to live through a divorce is if you cheat, you just go with nothing. If we get divorced and it's not a cheating situation, whoever wants a divorce will take 25% of what we have built as a couple. Because as a couple, we're 100%. I'm 50% of the couple. She's 50% of the couple. When you leave before it was supposed to come to an end, and our end was supposed to be at the death of somebody. If you left before you died, you have to just simply pay an exit penalty on the way out. So you get 25%, and that's it. Okay,
Right.
that's what she can live through. The other
I don't.
condition,
Mhm.
again, y'all, if I get married to somebody, the marriage will end with someone dead, and you do what you
I,
want to do with that.
I don't understand this concern about rewarding women for getting divorced. I don't understand it.
That's what I was getting at. Don't nice yourself out of your own happiness. And this is
Yeah,
funny. You've been divorced. I've been divorced before, so that's why I say that. And you can put these things in the contract. You know what I'm saying? And any wealthy woman at that level, that any wealthy woman with the father at that level that I've ever dealt with, she had a trust already. Like when you deal with a woman of that caliber and she has a father, all that shit is, you don't even know about it because she's gonna inherit things from her grandfather. You don't even get to know about that shit till after 10 years you've been married. Anybody married to a wealthy woman could speak about it. That's not even your business. That ain't your money. It ain't your business. So any wealthy woman I've dealt with who had a father and a grandfather that was, yeah, that shit is already taken
But
care of. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you.
and this is why I'm saying that when it comes down to it, you can only get away with so much in America. So I came up with a fair idea. It's not that I'm trying to gyp a woman, but she will have to pay a penalty for leaving because the marriage was supposed to be left after somebody died. If you leave alive, you left early. So I'm worth 50, she worth 50, so she only walk away with 25%. That's her exit penalty, which I think is extremely fair because I really don't want to give her nothing. I just got to get something that the courts will honor. That's that's really all I'm. And like I said, if you cheat, you leave with nothing because you that's going to be an extra penalty for going outside of the marriage. And any woman who don't agree to that, I just can't marry her in the first place. It's just that simple to me. So I got the business end, the relationship end, or with the love part, or whatever you got going on. I just think that's the way to handle it because if you cheat on me, you're nothing to me at that point. If you want to be something, you can be an enemy, but you can't be nothing to me for real if you cheated on me. So I don't care about
right.
your existence at that point. I don't care about you making it in life. It's not my
And
problem anymore.
Can I get in
I
here real
think what,
quick?
yeah, sure.
I because I don't like that idea or the notion that a woman wasted or a man wasted a woman's youth. That's a disingenuous standpoint because I can't waste her youth. I can't waste her youth. She made a choice, and I'm gonna oppose that by saying this, or I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna say this to kind of reflect what I mean. And Black Uru alluded to it earlier. If I've been married to a woman for 30 years, 40 years, we have built up a life. We got children in college, we got house, we got all of these things that we have built up over 30 years. But she decides
to not have sex with me anymore. Did she waste my life? Is
Come
it
on,
looked at
bro.
the same? Did she waste my 30 years? Because I got time just like she got time. Did she waste my 30 years? So when we're gonna say, a man wasted a woman's youth, she wasted his life too. If we're gonna look at it like that. She been married 30 years and he has given his life, his energy, his strength, his all just to not get sex. And if he gets it on the side, he takes the chance of losing everything that he has amassed over 30 years. Nah, we ain't gonna play that card. Nah, we're not gonna play that card. Sorry, I
You
can't I
know,
can't roll with that one.
Chef, I was gonna follow up because I think this is a bit of that brainwashing we've all experienced, where she lost her youth. So we need to understand women don't risk anything getting married. Guess why? Because they offer very little in reciprocation of marriage.
Thank you.
They don't offer much. There's no risk for them. The only thing they can offer is the same coochie they gave to some dude who did marry him.
That old funky
And
ass
we
box.
and we can say, oh well, she's offering kids. Well, she can't have them without me. So what good is she? She can't have my kids without me. So what good is she? Why? She's offering something that still needs me for me to benefit, right? She still needs me to benefit, which is absurd for us to think that the fact that she can give you children, incubate your children for you, means you owe her basically half of everything you've amassed in your lifetime. It's absurd. Basically, they are bartering. They're bartering to be assistants.
Truth.
So
You know,
I
I'm
truth.
wanna
sorry if it
jump in.
sounds bad.
Truth. You
No,
know what
truth.
we
I want to
need?
jump in and correct you real quick. Hold on. I want to correct you real quick.
Sure, sure.
They do not give you your child. They return your child to you.
Yeah. Good point.
Shout out to Chef.
Shout out to Chef. You know, we
Yeah,
need a
and
black man boot camp. Cause you
correct.
right. Like we got a lot of programming that we got to beat out of out of the black man. Like he need to be broken down and built back up to what we to the points and stuff we talking about. Like so, Uru could be like the general and shit. You know, like a drill sergeant and stuff like that. Cause a lot of this stuff we talking about, man, we sound like the hoes.
Yeah, and I want to add to the all three of your points is we can all agree that men of all races, ages, nationalities, and colors been raked over the coals by the courts over the past 30, 40, 50 years. And so when someone presents a possible solution to this, the concern is you're over leveraged. What? Why would you go
No,
into a marriage and not
that is
have leverage?
what I'm explaining to you. Is that essentially, I was just simply making a point to you that for what what I'm trying to say is that for what you want and what would have been grown up as a type of female that you wanted, these laws would have made sense. That's what I'm trying to say. I am not talking about your whole apocalypse and basically dealing with women with, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Notice my premise was solely based on a
Yeah,
decent female.
but those
You
Okay.
see?
those same laws. Though, hold on now, because let's talk about the laws. Because those same laws gave them no fault divorce, right? Those same laws gave them the tender years doctrine, which basically gave them dominion over the children, which is
Speak
always
on
a
it.
high leverage tool in any divorce. Those same laws created financial domestic violence, which essentially says that if you take a credit card from her, you committed a crime, right? Those are
I
those
was
same
actually
laws,
referring more to
right?
like the whole. I
Those
was
are the
actually
same
not the
laws.
feminist.
Hold on now. I'm talking. I haven't talked for a minute. So when you cite these laws, these same laws that give the children to the women to allow them to divorce you without cause, as I mentioned earlier, in some cases, a judge will put aside a 30-year-old um, prenuptial agreement. You know, those laws also exist in the same environment. And that's what the men are competing against
But
when they
my
marry and when
analogy
they
is not.
evaluate.
I'm talking. I'm not talking about this current environment. If you look at the previous environment, that's what I'm referring to. It worked because the men still had control. I'm not referring to. I'm saying that these are not the laws
But
in that
we're talking
environment.
about. But we're talking
Hang
about it.
on, no place
But you're
over.
talking about an environment that none. Hold on. You're talking about an environment that none
Hmm.
of us are actually operating. So
And I
what's the
came up here and I
relevance?
told you and I told you how I operate my marriage, right? I did not say that essentially that I don't work the same way like you guys do. I'm just explaining to you that if we had an environment where the women were doing what they're doing, the laws would make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
It wouldn't
saying.
make sense because she's
Because we
controlling
all
the
be getting
marriage.
young
Okay.
girls that are 19, 20 years old, getting married. And if you were to basically then, in that scenario, go on to do certain things, you should have punishment levied against you. You should not be in a scenario where, you know what I'm saying? But in this scenario where you are, you're going to be fully levered, trusting all that, but you're not going to get a quality female.
That's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
true.
And the reason why you're
That's
trusting levered is because the reason why you're trusting leverage because the quality of the women are terrible. That's why you're trusting leverage. Because you want to have sex and interact with them, but you don't want to lose. So those are horrible women.
I agree.
Well,
And you ain't with.
I'll just add but the women are a product of all the laws and all the court
Thank
decisions.
you. Thank
You
you.
know, so I mean, it's not that I disagree with you, but I'm saying we have to look at it in a more complete sense. They are a product of the environment, judicial decisions, government actions, statutes, the Joe Biden's Violence Against Women Act. They're a product of all of that bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with you. You and I have actually had multiple conversations about how the powers that be started using the system and women to basically allow them to retain their power beyond the proper course of their power. Allow them to be, you know what I'm saying,
And
extend.
so that's
That's it.
why, to reinforce my prior point, I get this whole, like I say, I'm not religious, so I don't really give a fuck. I mean, you guys can talk all this honor and ethics you want to. Y'all dealing with females, a million females. They don't believe in any of that stuff when it's not convenient for them to not believe in it. Not at all. And I've raised them from birth, so I know this is true. Into adulthood, I know this is true. So whatever you think you're doing to be particularly honorable, and I think Perfect said it quite eloquently. A deal you make with a man, we shake hands on it. If it go wrong, if us kill each other, shit to settle. But when you're dealing with them, it's a whole different thing. You're dealing with an integrity that they do not possess in an environment that wholly encourages, you know, them to betray you. And it's for those
Yep.
reasons I leave everything open as to what the fuck I'll do. Everything open as to what I'll do.
I mean, I think that's reasonable then. Real talk. That's reasonable. And I think you got to set up a plan. Now, y'all, I'm gonna throw this out there. Like even when I say, you know, there's gonna be a penalty for leaving early. Now I'm gonna go with cheating gets you nothing. Now why I'm gonna go with cheating gets you nothing? Because you're gonna argue up to 25%. I give you a 25% because you did do something, but I'm not trying to reward you. I'm only trying to penalize you. So I may argue cheating get nothing and then let them argue it up, see if we can get it to 25%. Because you're gonna have to give her something anyway. And she did put something into the marriage before she went rogue on you. Regardless, so I wouldn't trip about that, you know. And like I said, the only that's the only way I know that I can. Well, the only idea I can come up that's reasonable why a woman should be able to live behind after a divorce. Because I'm not gonna play with my life. Now y'all said something about her youth. My youth counts too. I use my youth to go out and earn money and all this type of stuff too. I use my youth to have babies come in the world too. So I don't see how she lost youth and I didn't lose the same youth. As far last time I checked, I don't
Exactly.
even live as long as women. On average, men die earlier than women do. So I don't know where she lost me. She got more youth to give up than I do, if we gonna really put it like that. So what's she losing that I'm not losing?
Hey, Roger.
Yes, sir.
That's true.
I
So
wanna
why
jump
did
in
she
here
get a
real
1 to
quick.
30 then, Roger?
I hang, I want to jump in here real quick because I got to jump off. I got to take another call, but I do want to say this to everyone on the panel. Please be reminded that when Black Uru starts talking, stop talking. Black Uru's the only one whose soup is not up for grabs. Please don't cut the elder off. And when he asks and says, "Let me say something because I've been quiet for a while," everyone should mute up and listen to what the elder has to say. With that, I'm going to say good afternoon and
Understood,
good
chef.
evening. I will catch you all in Bible study later on.
Salute, salute.
All right. Shout out to you,
Thanks,
Chef.
Chef.
And yeah, and I'm also gonna put just to even add to what Chef is saying, y'all. We gotta take advantage of elders who are willing to talk. We got to remember how important they are. Because one day they dead and gone, and you can't get nothing out of them anymore. And a lot of people who are young, which I've said before, do not take advantage of their elders. Most of y'all never took advantage of your grandparents. If you're gonna be realistic, there's a lot of information you could have got out of them had you just asked, and they would have told you because you their grandchild and they love you anyway, or your great grandparents and all. Take advantage of your elders while you can. You can learn stuff from them that you're not gonna necessarily come across in the book. Take advantage of it. So since we do have an elder who's speaking, and if y'all don't get what an elder is, they now have kind of put it to about 15 years. If somebody is 15 years older than you who could literally be babysitting you when you born, you don't even know what's going on. I mean, you kind of should give them some level of elder respect. That's what I personally do. If you're 15 years older than me, I'm gonna give you some elder respect. And I'm gonna say over at the Right Report Live channel, because 64 was such a important year. If you were born pre 64, let me know when you come up so I can get you some type of elder respect. Okay? That don't mean abuse it, but you can definitely get some respect for being an elder. Because even if y'all talking stone crazy, I still want to hear what y'all got to say too. Because we may not get it again. All right, but carrying on
I
in the
apologize
conversation.
to Uru. I apologize, Uru.
All right, now carrying on the
No, no
conversation.
problem.
Okay, yeah, carrying on in the conversation. And y'all don't take it personal that I respect my elders, which means I got to do this on the show. Okay, and I've given out some other privileges too, because I respect people's hard work and being accomplished and all that good stuff. And for all those who are gonna say something like I should get a privilege for this. This section of the internet, I'm gonna say black man spirit. A lot of well-to-do people. I can't give a privilege for everybody because it's just an extreme amount of well-to-do people in the concentrated area. That's what I think about the audience of the black man spirit. From what I can tell, looking at this and looking at that, we seem to have a bunch of well-to-do men who come to this section, which to me is very encouraging. Because if you wear the smart people, that it helps you get better, and that's real talk. So we say, well, iron sharpens iron. Well, this where the iron is. Point blank. All right. So I appreciate everybody who participate on any level at any time. And I'm gonna say back to the subject at hand. Men really should define cheating because we're the leaders. You know. So if a woman disrespects all this stuff that I have to do for her because there's a responsibility on me that she just don't have. If I'm not taken care of, people really don't care. If she's not taken care of and she's my wife, people have a problem with me. It's that simple at the end of the day. Even this white CEO, where it came out that he cheated on his wife, he took the resignation approach. So obviously some stuff was happening, and he had to resign. This is part of the pressure they put on you when it comes to having a wife. Now it's a bad situation too because he a CEO and he messing with the head of human resources. So they basically doing exactly what they probably telling other people at that company not to do, because I don't know if technically they have a fraternization rule or not, but what corporation don't at this point? So realistically, they have a fraternization rule, and you got caught doing that with the.
They did not compel him to resign because he was cheating on his wife. They did not compel him to resign because he was smashing the HRBP. The HRBPs, all them hoes in HR, they all fucking officers and managers at every corporation you've ever seen. That's not the issue. The issue is, for whatever reason, this guy was fool enough to do this shit publicly, and it wasn't that he basically got fired because he got caught. Period. He basically got fired because he got caught, and it got in social media, and it brought a lot of negative attention to his company, and you got to get rid of him at that point. Probably half or most of that board of directors got side bitches. That's not. I mean, everybody. I mean, all the officers in the board of directors have side women. That's not. I mean, that's corporate America, baby. But you were fool enough to do it at a concert and get caught on the jumbotron or whatever the hell they call it. That's what you did. That's how foolish you were. You could have went there with the concert, pretend like she was, 5 seats over, and then y'all could have went and hooked up at the motel or hotel, I guess. You're a rich guy, 5-star hotel afterwards. Going in separate cars. That's how smart people do it. So they looking at him as like, man, we all doing this, but you let all your business get out. You drew a lot of attention to us that we don't need. I'm out here. I got 5 bitches. I can't stand this kind of extra scrutiny. We got to get rid of you. That's why they got rid of her.
Hey, Uru.
Yeah.
He said, "I got 5 bitches." You making a spot
Yeah.
hot.
I'm the chairman of the board. I can't withstand this kind of scrutiny. You got to go.
But Shaq be doing it too.
Uru, stop,
Well, yeah,
Kobe, stop.
Kobe, yeah, that was foul of Kobe. That was foul. That was real foul of Kobe. Yeah, that was foul.
Uru, it made me think about that coach that was hitting everybody in the board. Remember, we had the show with that coach. I forget what basketball team, but the first time
Ime Udoka was smashing through the.
Now listen, Udoka was wrong. He was dead wrong. That dude knocked off the owner's wife. You were supposed to get fired.
Yeah,
but you can't do that.
And here's the thing. This is what I believe happened. I believe, because I think a lot of them probably smashing we know Bus's daughter was getting pulled through in the 80s and 90s with Magic and them guys. So I think a lot of that kind of thing goes on. I think the problem is when the woman gets sprung or whatever and start acting kind of crazy, then that's when I think that's what happened to Udoka. I think the woman started acting up. That's usually when they say, okay, we got to pull the plug on this shit. I think in every NBA franchise, any female around there, including the coaches and the GM, I think all the women around there is up for grabs. In the NBA franchise, them big long dick niggas, they all up for grabs around. They all up for grabs around.
That's why I bring it up, because
they all up for grabs.
Yeah. It wasn't considered cheating. It wasn't considered cheating.
But they keep it all in-house.
Correct.
They keep it all in-house. And this fool here, he was doing this at a concert.
Okay, wait a minute. It make me think about when the other dude told the lady, he said, you could sleep with whoever you want. You could just don't remember before he lost the Clippers.
Oh, the Clippers owner. Yeah. He was like, just don't bring that nigga here. Just don't bring that nigga here.
Don't be. No, she was skinning and grinning in public with them, with Magic in there. That was the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said you could do what you
But
want.
Sterling didn't have any problem with, they say Sterling used to do all kinds of weird shit in their locker room. Them guys don't have a problem with that. Most of them guys are in a corner somewhere pulling on themselves around brothers. I mean, let's
No,
be
did
real. They don't
no
have
didn't.
they have what they have a problem is when it gets out in public.
That's what he
Yeah.
said. That's exactly what he said. So it's no cheating, really. That was my point of bringing it up. That would come to today's topic, and that's what he told her. Ain't no cheating, but what you did was disrespectful.
Well, the
Hmm.
rule, as far as I know, in corporate America, is it's cheating when it gets public and it becomes embarrassing. Like there's an
Hmm.
understanding between the husband and the wife. You're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, but when it becomes embarrassing, you can't bring no babies home, you can't bring no diseases home, and you can't embarrass me in public. Once you embarrass me in public, here come the divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing to cheat
Well,
on
and,
me.
and here's
It's
here's
another
the thing
thing.
too. Here's what they're thinking. Even beyond just the public, they're thinking if you're foolish enough to do what you're doing the way you're doing so publicly, what else are you foolish about that might affect these stock prices? That's
Mm,
something they think about as well.
Mm.
It's a discipline
mm.
issue.
Exposure. How much exposure?
It's real
Well,
money behind
but no,
this stuff.
it's not just exposure. It's like how is your mind actually working? Because the problem that this poses. So if you're willing to do this regardless, then what else about this company you might fuck up?
Yeah, yeah, and
And
then
to add to that
there's
very
other.
quickly, okay, sorry, Roger. I want
No,
to
no,
put a quick point out, Uru, is that's the reason why he was required to be married in order to be CEO in the first place, Uru. The marriage is what they
Exactly.
used. You know what I'm saying? So when he's now become an
It's
adulterer
the
and a
it's the
public adulterer,
costume
What you
yes,
get really down.
exactly.
yeah, and
You
with
get really
social media now, things are at a heightened level because people may not think about this, but it's real to people, especially I'm gonna say white women first, and then other women will fall behind them. If you do something as a company that they don't appreciate, they make a big whoop about it. Now it makes the issue for other companies to do business with that company. So a lot of money can get affected because you have the quote unquote cheating CEO retaining his position. You know, so there's no telling how much it can actually spread because you always gonna have these white women that's gonna make a big whoop about something. I don't want to mess with this company.
every dude
Wait,
every dude in the C-suite of that company with some side hoes was pissed at this dude. Every one of them. Because they thinking when is folks gonna start looking through my garbage for condoms and shit. Every one of them. That's why you can't, when you get to a certain level, you can't do stuff not even just for yourself, because everybody else's reputation is connected to yours. That's
And
why they
and
had to get rid of him. That's why he was out of there 3 days or whatever after this story broke.
it it gives your woman leverage to do what Uru said earlier is to renegotiate. Oh, Tom got caught, huh? Come on over
Exactly.
here, Bill. Come on
Exactly.
over here. Bill. Let's renegotiate. What was it, 10,000 a month? Because it was like Young Miami told Puffy the tab got to go up, right? Because she found out Puffy had 3-4 extra side. Well, it's cool, 500,000 a month. When Bill get caught, that means I got to renegotiate with Sharon. Just because you got caught publicly, me and Sharon got an agreement. But now my tab goes up, Bill. My tab go because she get to have a
Hey,
real conversation with me because she know we play golf together, we play poker together, we get
yesterday's
down.
price is not
Is
today's
not
price.
Come
today's
on,
price.
man. Come on, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a real conversation. That's a real
remember
conversation.
Kobe? Kobe did the same thing with his wife.
Come on,
Same
man.
thing.
$4 million
I
ring.
mean,
Where that ring at?
Kobe tore apart his relationship with his birth family because of that incident. Because what happened was that since we're talking about cheating or whatever, hopefully it's not too much off subject. What happened was when that incident occurred, Kobe went over and aboard trying to keep his marriage together. He started spending a whole lot of money. I think he remember they flashed the $5 million or whatever diamond ring. Don't you guys remember
Mm-hmm.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
and he I think he even bought her mother a mansion and a Rolls Royce and all this kind of crazy shit. And nobody ever talks about that's the shit that destroyed his relationship with his mother and his father, particularly with his mother. I think his father got kind of caught in the middle of all of that. But that affair is really what destroyed his relationship with his family because he then overindulged with his wife and his wife's family financially. And there were
Well,
articles written about that. You guys are young, but I remember articles written about how his mother was pissed about how he was buying his mother-in-law mansions and
I
Rolls
remember.
Royces and
Yeah,
shit.
I remember. He
I
had
think that
to.
came out of jealousy because she had a whole issue about what he wouldn't give her for her and her husband to buy a property with. But that turned into a big thing. Kobe did give them some money for property.
Hmm.
My memory offhand suggests about 250, but they
right.
wanted, well, she wanted Kobe to give more so she can get another property that was in LA. Because y'all got to remember, Kobe's the son of a
Well,
person who's in
she she
basketball.
she
He was
gave
good.
she gave birth to this guy. She raised this guy. This guy was speaking 5 languages and whatever. Everything, they made Kobe.
Yeah,
They made Kobe.
yeah.
Nobody gives enough respect to his family. Look, I don't take anything away from Vanessa and the commitment that Kobe had to that. Kobe was practicing with the 76ers when he was 13 years old. Why was Kobe able to
Also,
do that, Roger?
because of his
Yeah,
father.
because
Why
his
was he
dad,
able to do that?
yeah,
Because his
his dad,
fucking daddy played for the 76ers.
yep.
Yeah.
The
That,
reason why Kobe was such a phenomenon and was able to be so advanced and to be a basketball progeny was because of his parents. And here's the other part nobody ever talks about. Kobe's uncle played in the NBA. Kobe's through his mother brother played in the NBA. So Kobe was a thoroughbred basketball player from both sides of his family.
Correct.
wow.
That's why he was better than
He owed
Jordan.
everything to his parents. He owed
Come on,
everything
man.
to his parents. So for
It's,
things to end up the way he ended up, where he throwing all his money at these Mexican people, and then now his dad
We
is
was doing
gone,
good.
and now his dad is gone.
How the Mexicans going
It's
straight?
just,
He threw more
it's
money at the
just,
Mexicans than the
yeah, no,
Democrats.
hey, I'm
I
sorry
mean,
for getting racist. I
honestly,
just,
that's
I mean,
no,
yeah,
no,
That
no.
was
Honestly,
diabolical,
I'm
man.
sorry. I'm sorry.
honestly,
I
that's where I
shouldn't
was
have said
going.
that, but
No,
my
no, no.
bad.
I,
That's where you was going.
no, no. I was going to say something about the fact,
I was,
Mama had
I
an
was
issue
gonna go there
with
too.
Mama had an issue with
Uh,
how much money they got to relocate. She thought Kobe, her son, didn't give them enough money. So now that the cheating thing happened, when Kobe buy her mama, meaning Vanessa, Kobe buy her mama a house,
mm-hmm.
what you think the mama gonna say when she like, that's my boy, I had that child,
Right,
and you spend more money on her mother's crib than our crib.
right, right,
It's
right.
the black woman we
that
talking about. Y'all think that's
that's
going over
cause
smooth? Nope.
that's
But
cause
but
black
no,
black women
but hold on.
black women. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Let's put aside her being a black mother. I think any mother would feel that way.
No,
That wasn't right
no.
what Kobe. That wasn't right what that was not right what Kobe did.
Yeah,
Kobe
it
had a
was.
very unique life experience, unique family life experience, and he should have properly honored that. And it's a shame he didn't live long enough to correct that. Notwithstanding, look, we can clown his mother for being a gynocrat. That's well and good. That guy was speaking 5 or 6 languages them folks invested a lot in Kobe. They invested a lot in Kobe Bryant, his mother and his father. You know, I've seen Kobe Bryant where he said out of his own mouth, I got my discipline from my father, and I got my will to win from my mother. I got my Mamba spirit from my mother. I've heard him say that.
Mhm.
That means something.
Well, I wasn't trying to dishonor in any way. I'm just saying, if you have the ability to buy people houses like that, and your mama watch you buy a better house for somebody else, mama gonna have a problem. The
But see,
circumstances around it didn't matter. I understand it probably was a response to the cheating situation, but that's not gonna care. Your mama ain't gonna care about that. All it is, you bought that other woman a better house than you bought me.
hey, you're 100% correct. But this goes back to what Black Uru was talking about earlier in the show. Man, Vanessa and her family had leverage at that particular point in time. They had leverage, and Vanessa basically was like, "You're gonna spend money until I get tired of you spending money, and then I'm gonna say I forgive you."
What's about what happened?
That's what happened.
But it wasn't about the forgiveness. Kobe needed her to present a certain face. Kobe was facing a severe crime, and he could have lost everything, right? So he needed
Correct.
her, and the NBA also needed to present this face. We don't know how much the NBA participated in this because the NBA allowed Kobe to continue to play basketball. He had to change his number, but the NBA, remember we talked about Bill and how Bill got caught. So I got to renegotiate with Sharon. So the NBA had that effect. Okay, Kobe gets caught. This affects the entire NBA because we want him to continue to play basketball. They had to stay married.
Yeah,
But it wasn't about Kobe. This is back to the point about there is no such thing as cheating. At a certain level, Bill
That's
Clinton,
the
Hillary Clinton, they had to stay married because the NBA could not look a certain way and Kobe could not look a certain way. So they showed up. It was like they showed up to court together, hand in hand. I'm a married man. This was a one-time mistake. I'm a married family man. And this does not reflect poorly on the NBA because I'm innocent and I'm a married man. This was a whole propaganda political presentation, and she had to play ball, and she knew she did have the leverage, but it was about a very
no. Wait. You're right about everything except for she didn't have to play ball. He had to go to her to convince her to play ball.
I agree. He might
See,
he might
there was
he might have lost his life back then. You know what I'm saying? This was a big
yeah,
thing. And
yeah.
this was the
So
NBA was on trial. This was not just
this is
Kobe on trial.
this is this is how her family got wealthy through Kobe, and that's what the mama got a problem with. Kobe wasn't trying to hear that. I'm trying not to go to prison. I ain't trying to hear what you talking about.
But it was deeper. Look at the story we did about the
No, but
gambling.
no,
This was deeper.
what happened? What it is not just her family. See, because what happened was they had a problem with the way Kobe married her. He married her without a prenup. It was all that business. They made a fuss about that. So then when the incident occurred, she appeared to exact some vengeance for that, just by virtue of how Kobe responded to them after that incident occurred.
The
So
renegotiation.
she was as vengeance and retribution towards how they initially treated her from their marriage. She used that situation to enrich herself and her family to the detriment of his family.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what appeared to have happened.
And then what
Because
I,
let's recall when prior to that incident, Kobe, you got all these pictures of Kobe and his family and his father with the championship trophies and all of that. He loved his father. He loved his father. He had a great relationship with his father prior to that incident.
So Elder, that makes us think about what we know about today in these honeypot scandals. What really happened? What really happened? Because the
Kobe was
story
running.
is
Well,
kind of it's a kind of crazy story, and the results, the way you present them to me today, got my mind sparking, right? Like, well, shit, what really happened? Because what you're describing is what was the result. So it makes me think, well, what really happened then?
I mean, I want to give Kobe some credit.
I think some of these honeypot scenarios are being coordinated by the wife.
Man,
And I
Damn.
want to say, I want to give
I
Kobe some credit.
believe that. Yeah.
He had a terrible situation because he had this outlandish accusal by the chick who won't even change her drawers after having sex with me.
talk about
This outlandish, this outlandish.
outlandish
Wait a minute. What?
accusal.
Oh
Poor
yeah.
Kobe. Poor
Yeah.
Kobe. Go
Well,
ahead, Rock.
I mean, when you got 6 different seamers in the same pair of panties, I mean, that's wild. Okay, that's even wild for
Yeah.
having a train ran on. You got 6 there. You ain't go home and watch them. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's more to make me wonder what
Maybe,
really happened. And you the one
maybe
that
that's
showed in Kobe
maybe.
room. Why she the one
But
that showed up?
I'm saying
Keep
I
the
want to
drawers
give
on.
Kobe credit though. I want to give Kobe credit. Looking at what the situation was at the time and how stuff was happening at the time, and there was a brand there was multiple brands to be protected. The brand of Kobe Bryant himself, the brand of all the companies that endorsed him, and the NBA as a brand itself. There was a lot of brands that had a lot at stake with Kobe in a terrible situation with some random white woman with 6 different seamers in her drawers could claim that somebody would take it from her. You cannot take what's being freely given. I'm just saying that sounds like me stealing a turkey and they having a turkey giveaway for Thanksgiving. No, how I steal a turkey? Y'all giving them away. The
Put that
best you
turkey
can say
down,
is
Roger.
the
Put that
best
turkey
you
down.
can. I'm saying best you can say is I cut the line. You can't say I stole it. I cut the line maybe, but I ain't steal nothing. I'm at a giveaway. So I'm gonna say Kobe spent the right amount of money to get the right outcome after this situation. Because after that died down, we was back to Kobe, his loving family, his beautiful wife, and his wonderful children. And
But
that
Come
was
no,
on,
great.
bro.
That's
change
how
his
he died.
number. He
So
went from what?
The greatest of all time.
It was number 8 to 24. Was it 24 to 8? How
We're
did it
not
go?
going that far.
It was eight,
I love
8 to
Kobe. We're not
24.
going that far.
It
It
was
was
8
eight.
to 24. Okay.
yeah,
It was 8 to 24. And to add on to that, Kobe looked at them draws. He saw what was going on. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna hit the back door because it don't look like nobody been back there."
well, well, I'm just gonna thoroughly say because y'all know if y'all been sticking with me from channel to channel, y'all know the Roger Ford Live has always had an issue with a false narrative. And I told y'all if I can peep out a false
Right.
narrative, I'm gonna say something about it. So all this
Right.
greatest of all time talk, we're
Uh
talking
oh.
about basketball players.
Uh oh.
Okay,
Uh
we talking
oh.
about basketball players.
Uh oh.
We're not talking about Pee Wee. We ain't talking about Little League. We're not talking high school. We're not even talking college. And when you become a professional in one of the highest leagues of the land, you are paid to win. They will pay you even if you don't win, but that's what you get paid for, to win, because you are paid to increase the value of my organization. You are paid to sell jerseys that I can get paid off of, and other people will even give you money that my organization don't get because you present yourself as a winner. You are literally paid to win in professional sport. So to be the greatest of all time, I think we got to be realistic. You got to win a lot. If you don't help your
Well,
team win, yeah, you perform well, but if you don't win, you didn't do nothing. It's that simple. Hey, I love Reggie
I
Miller,
saw the
but he didn't do
greatest.
nothing.
I saw the greatest of all time in 1984. I saw him repeatedly do damage to Magic and Isaiah and Bird with a bunch of college guys. That's what I saw. That guy, like Bobby Knight said,
Chamberlain.
he was the greatest ever in 1984.
Ooh, Dr. J.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
that's what I'm thinking. Dr. J, you talking
No,
about?
I'm gonna say, you got to remember
And
the
I
fact.
love Dr. J. I grew up a Dr. J fan, but it's not Dr. J.
Yeah,
You talking about Chamberlain? No, it was
well,
that was
now
You
after
talking
Chamberlain.
about Bernard King?
I do want to say Bobby Knight only said Jordan was the greatest because when they put the NBA squad together to play the Olympic team, which used to be made of the college guys before they went to the NBA, Jordan took
Right.
those college guys. That's what Black Hole was referencing, and the NBA talent didn't win a game. They didn't just
Eight
lose one
and
time. They didn't
oh,
win a
they
game.
played 8 times. They played 8 times. They beat the all-star professional team 8 straight times.
Well,
And
who
MJ
did
was the
that?
best player on the court. MJ was
What?
the best player on the court, period.
That was before LeBron, right?
Man,
You
gone with LeBron.
yo, Trill, you gonna make Roger close it down early.
Gone with LeBron.
Hey, I do not hold it against LeBron that he lost a bunch of finals. The only thing I hold
I
against
do.
LeBron is he
I
didn't
told
win
you.
enough.
No, I definitely hold against them losing all the finals. I definitely do.
Hey,
I don't
he
think
took
Mike lose all the finals.
look. LeBron did what he wanted to do with his opportunity. He was in the finals more than Jordan, and for some reason can't come out with as much as Jordan on the win side. That's his own fault. I don't know what to tell you on now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. The man is a basketball savant all day long. I don't know why he can't win, except it just ain't in him. That's all
because
I
The
know.
man,
it's a
the
team
man beat
sport.
the man beat the greatest team ever that was 73-9. What you want from me?
That's not the
It,
greatest
it,
team ever.
that's
What you
That
want
is
yeah.
not
from
the
me?
It
greatest
ain't
team
great.
ever. They had the best record ever. But that was not. I've
Right.
seen a lot of teams over the years. I saw the '86 Celtics. I
The
saw the
Celtics.
'85 Lakers, the '87 Lakers, the
James Worthy.
'83
James
76ers.
Worthy.
That was
They
not the greatest.
no.
And there's no
I,
place of the multiverse where that was the greatest team ever.
Yeah, that was the greatest
I,
regular season ever. I
no,
will
no,
give
don't
them that.
change. Don't,
No,
no, Roger.
I'm trying to give
Don't
them
change
some
the
credit.
criteria.
Wait,
I'm
hold
You
on.
trying to give
said
them.
Wait, hold on, fellas.
no. You said your criteria. You said winning overall,
Yeah,
winning. Right now,
yeah.
He trying he
now
trying to
you're
flip
trying to change it to
he
what
trying to
kind
flip
of
it on
winning.
you, Roger.
This team
He trying to flip
won
it
the
on you.
most games in
Okay,
one
no.
season.
Brother,
No,
brother,
no,
brother.
Wait,
To
Roger,
win,
Kev be agreeing with Santana. Don't go back and forth with him.
I,
Don't do
all I'm
that.
gonna say is,
That's the new Kev. That's the new
winning
Kev.
does count, y'all.
That's the new Kev.
Yeah, winning does count. And how do you win an NBA season? How do you win one? You become champion. It's that simple at the end of the day. So I'm not taking back my words and I ain't backpedaling at all. That's how you win a season. How you win a
I
season in
don't.
football? You win the Super Bowl.
I don't know how we got here. I don't
How do
even
you
know how we got here.
how do you win in hockey? You win the Stanley Cup. So if you ain't won,
Yeah,
you just participate. And
yeah.
that's all it is to it.
So did we
No,
talk about Tiger yet? And
they are basically the greatest frauds ever. That's what they basically are. The greatest frauds ever.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all right
did we
now.
talk about Tiger and the voice messages? Did we get the Tiger's
Well,
voicemails
well
yet?
I'm gonna say this real quick because we talking about cheating, y'all. We talking about cheating. It's a theory out there that Michael Jordan got cheated out of 2 championships. I'm just saying.
Well, if he
I'm
ain't
just
cheating, he
saying.
ain't trying.
Excuse me?
If they wasn't cheating, they wasn't trying. So that's
I'm
Michael
saying
Before they
Jordan's fault.
somebody
changed the rules,
somebody tried. You
is this
know,
That's
before or after
Michael.
they changed the rules for Michael Jordan?
I mean, bro,
That's Michael Jordan's fault.
if they put him out the league so somebody else could win, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Didn't they change the rules for Jordan?
Well, I just want to say this because real talk. I don't never bring this up. I let y'all slide on a lot of stuff and these ugly theories about what Michael Jordan was doing and he was really suspended. But truth be told, I could have been said this. Basically, what y'all argue is they kept Jordan out the league for a long period of time to give somebody else a chance to win, and that's all there is to it. Michael Jordan was so great they had to damper his greatness by taking him out where he can't win. You can't even play this whole season. The next season, we'll let you come back in, but you only got 17 games left. You can't even get yourself in shape and in order to play a real NBA season. So you basically went out your way to keep two away from him because he was that dominant.
What's
Come
in
on
the
now,
Chicago water?
Roger.
What's in the Chicago water? This must be something in the Chicago water.
Violent.
The
He got
real
caught playing dice on Inglewood, and that's why his ass got
Craziness,
the
man.
real is in the Chicago water.
Roger trying to say it's everybody else's fault that he wanted to be a Baron.
Right?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
There's something in that Chicago water. I'm telling you, man.
Look, if I want to be like Mike, I win. But if I want to be like any of y'all greats, I lose.
Oh
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Man, that's a cheap
Damn.
shot right there.
Oh,
Damn, Roger.
damn.
That's a
I
big
don't know if I'm coming back to
You
South Beach.
know what? Since Michael Jordan is a living legend on the Roger Report Live, we're gonna close this out right here, y'all. It's been a wonderful show. Long individual line stoppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. Michael Jordan's right. And I'm out.
Hallelujah.
You wrong today.
Nicely
You wrong
done,
today.
Roger. Nicely done.
Hey, y'all made me go there. Y'all